is I suppose like kind of live on Spreaker.com. Thank everybody for tuning in live right now. Also, don't forget to catch the podcast later. Only going live for an hour today. We've already been on air actually, but only broadcasting live for an hour today to cut down the most important topics. I was actually doing a show with some other sports writers and was recording that on another website, but also here on Spreaker.com. So you can go back and make sure you listen to the entire show. But we are live right now with your boy VJ Wright, hashtag 8515. In about 5 minutes, got my man DC Will from DC Will Sports coming up talking how bad the NBA is and LeBron James. And when I was talking to the ladies lounge, the other ladies from the Sports Talk Radio show for Blog Talk Radio that I do, we were talking about Venus and Serena Williams. I just want to take a quick second to talk about the greatness of these two queens of tennis. I am dubbing Venus and Serena Williams the queens of tennis. They are easily the best female tennis players to ever grace God's green earth. I don't want to hear about your numbers. I don't want to see all your stats. None of that matters. The impact on the world of tennis, the impact on the world of equal opportunity. Many of you know Venus Williams has fought for equal rights and equal pay for women. That's huge. Me being from a single mother, having two daughters, being in love with my lovely fiance, my grandmother's very integral in my life. I love women in sports. I love Danica Patrick. I love women in entertainment that are trying to break the mold, trying to break the good old boy group. I like that because I was raised by that. My grandmother participated in the civil rights. My mother was a colonel in the Pentagon, United States Army. That's not easy to do when you're a black woman. But these women nowadays, man, I pull for them, and I'm pulling for this. And listen, do yourself a favor. Watch the Aussie Open Final, guys. Do yourself a favor. Watch the Australian Open Final. I think it's going to be a hell of a match. A lot of people think Serena's going to dominate. I don't think Serena's going to dominate at all. I don't think Serena's going to dominate this match, not one bit. I think Venus has a little juice left in her. It's her first Grand Slam since 2009, which is Wimbledon. She's the queen of Wimbledon. Wimbledon is like the Super Bowl of tennis. It's the Daytona 500 of NASCAR. It's the Masters of golf. It's the Classico of soccer. It's the Rose Bowl of college football. She owns Wimbledon. And Serena owns everything else. Just a little sidebar. You notice since Serena got Drake out of her system, how she's been able to get right back on the winning track? Bam! VJ, right again. Told y'all. He showed up to the U.S. Open a few years ago when she was about to complete the Serena Slam and messed it all up. Want to be sticking your head out and waving and smiling and shit. Sit your ass down, man. Watch the damn match. Stop trying to be distracted. It ain't about you. I know I clown Drake a lot on my show. I'm going to be real with y'all right now. You know why I don't like Drake? Because Drake always tries to make everything about him. I don't like artists or celebrities that do that. I mean, everything. Listen to his songs. I got enemies. I did this. I bought this one in a house. I bought this one in a car. I bought this one in this. I shouldn't fuck for free. You're a male rapper. You can't. Would you want these dots to pay you now? Even though the song is hot, the beat is hot. Drake has some really creative tracks. He got some joints that make your head bounce. I get all that. But that self-centeredness where it's always about him. Even when he's dating and he's in love, it's never even about the woman he's with. I know some would say, well, Kanye's like that. You're right. Kanye is like that. But Kanye will also talk about his wife, Kim. Kanye will also talk about his children. Now, I know Drake doesn't have a wife, but when he was with Serena, he wasn't really like bigging Serena up. He wasn't tweeting about my baby boo, love my baby, got my baby back. Even when he got back with Rihanna. It's just always about him. That's why I don't like DJ Khaled. It's always just about him. Him. I. Me. Sound like you're warming up for a freaking opera. Man, Dwayne Davis is in the building. What'd you expect? He's light-skinned. LOL. Dwayne, don't make me tell you where you can go, homeboy. You know I got love for you, pimpin'. Don't make me tell you where you can go, Pimp Juice. Don't make me tell you where you can go, man. Y'all killing me with this light skin thing, please, man. Light skin brothers, we good, man. Anyway, tomorrow night, Aussie Open final, Serena, Venus. Watch two goddesses of women's sports do battle. Everybody that was like on Ronda route, where's Ronda at now? Now, props to her. She showed up to the Dakota Pipeline. I applaud that. Where's she gonna go now, though? I'll tell you where she's going to go because I'm still a WWE guy. She's on her way to WWE, guys. They're probably going to put her in WrestleMania in a match this year against Stephanie McMahon. That's the rumors that I'm hearing. Serena Williams would never do WWE. Venus Williams would never do WWE. Would never subject himself to that BS. She's not a goddess. Serena and Venus Williams are goddesses. They're the two best things to happen to women's tennis in the history of women's tennis. That's over Martina Hingis. That's over Steffi Graf. That's over Martina Navratilova. That's over Billie Jean King. That's over, and I know Billie Jean King broke the mold. I get that. But guess what? Sometimes somebody comes along and perfects the mold. It's happened in football. Johnny Unitas was the first good quarterback to have the forward pass to be able to really get the ball downfield, right? It was Johnny Unitas. Learn your history. Then you had guys like Sonny Jurgensen. Then you had guys like Joe Namath that can wing it down the field. Then you had guys like Joe Montana to come along. Then you had guys like Marino, Elway. Now you got guys like Brady, Matt Ryan. Look at the Super Bowl. Elite quarterbacks are in the Super Bowl. Not okay quarterbacks with great defenses or great running games. Elite quarterbacks. They've broken the mold. Jack Nicholson, Sam Snead, all the Greg Norman, all those golfers in the past. Tiger came along and broke. They set the mold. Tiger came along and crushed the mold. If Serena was a white woman, Serena would be called the best player in tennis. In tennis, if she was a white woman. I mean, they was calling Ronda Rousey the best MMA fighter, were they not? We were actually trying to debate whether Ronda Rousey can actually beat a man. But we care about domestic violence so much in this country. Give me a break. Tomorrow, don't do anything else but watch the Aussie Final Open. I don't know if I'll be able to watch it live. Everybody knows right now works at ESPN. She's already told me what time it is. I'm going to set the DVR. When I come home that night, the first thing I'm staying off my phone, staying off the internet, staying off ESPN.com, staying off Facebook. I'm coming right home, and the first thing I'm doing, I'm sitting down on the sofa, and I'm watching that entire final. I want to soak this in. We may never get this again, guys. Understand what's right in front of us. I always say, don't fail the eye test. You know what the eye test is showing? You know what the eye test is saying? The eye test is saying that we are watching legendary type stuff right now. This is legendary. So classy, so graceful, so professional. Did you see Venus's post-game interview in the back with the reporter? Beautiful. Oh my God, I'm just so ecstatic. I'm so happy. I fought for so long. I've been doing this for so long. It's going to be so great to be in the final. I mean, just so class. It's almost like I just wanted to lick her cheek. I just wanted to lick on her. I did. I'm not going to lie. Sweaty and all. I don't care about that salt, girl. I like salt on my food. I put salt on my french fries. I sprinkle a little salt on my scrambled eggs. Give me, girl, it ain't like I ain't never had nothing salty before. Get your tall, lean, sexy, Nubian goddess ass over here, girl. Let me lick on you. Come get some of this handsome vanilla funny over here, girl. You ever met the Big Shaq? The Big Vanilla Shaq? The Blue-Eyed Barkley? Mr. Never Shut Up? VA's Talk Boy? I'm 85-15, baby. What's the deal? I'm engaged. I got fiance. She cool with it. She cool with it. You and your sister, you and Serena, y'all can come through. She cool with it. I'm going to be the new Lou Williams. Lou got 2 live-in. I might have 3 live-in. Right now, Serena and Venus. What up? Quick break, man. As soon as we come right back, my man Big Will from DC Sports, Big Will Sports out in DC. I'm going to talk to him and tell him exactly why the NBA is horrific, why I was right over the summertime when I told everybody what this season was going to look like when I was watching that BS in the Olympics. I have a list of examples here that he is going to have to attempt to try to debate with me against, and he's not going to be able to do it. And also, when we come back, I will let you know the single-handed reason why the NBA is complete trash right now. All that and more coming up. VJ's on Sportsmanlike Conduct. We live right now, Spreaker.com. We going all the way up, y'all. VJ's Entertainment. Coming back real quick, man. Had to cut the break short. Got a call coming in right now. I want to get into this because I can't stay on live. I only got about 40 minutes of live air to run with today. I want to start this next segment by talking about National Basketball Association. Now, I know there is a lot of people who love the NBA. I used to love the NBA. I used to adore the NBA. Even in the years that my team, my beloved Detroit Pistons, bad boys, Detroit basketball, all of that my man Mason, if you guys don't know, Mason is the name of the arena announcer for the Pistons. Very famous guy, has one of the best voices, comes up with all those quirky things, had the Chauncey Billups, that was my joint right there. When he used to do the Billups, that was my joint right there. Anyway, I used to really love the NBA. I used to love the combativeness about the NBA. I used to love the high-flying act about the NBA. I used to love the little guard of the NBA. I mean, I grew up on Isaiah. I grew up on Maurice Cheeks. That translated into Allen Iverson. And now you got a guy like Isaiah Thomas. Now point guards are a little bigger. That's fine. I grew up in the era of the big man. I grew up with Shaq going at it with Ewing and going at it with David Robinson and Olajuwon and Rick Smith and Alonzo Mourning. I mean, big men, even Big Sam Perkins, even Big Sam. We all know about Jordan. We all know about the Bulls, the Lakers, the Pistons. I think a lot of times teams like the Hawks, the Pistons with Grant Hill and Joe Dumars. A lot of people probably don't remember Grant Hill and Joe Dumars after the Isaiah era. They had back-to-back 54-win seasons. They were really good. Charles Barkley. Charles was really good. I know he just, people see him now as just a imbecile or a bad guy, or he don't know what he's talking about. First of all, Charles Barkley is very educated on the game of basketball. He may be a coon. He may say some things that most black people wouldn't agree with. But when you talk basketball to the man, the only thing that he said wrong that I've really heard in the last few years is you can't win a championship when the jump shots. Well, Golden State proved that. And then he said it like 2 weeks ago. And it's like, well, what did Golden State do a few years ago, Charles? I think he drinks a lot, so he probably forgets what he says now. But people have to remember how great a player like him was. Things were harder. Guys went at each other. Guys didn't be friends. There wasn't hugging and kissing and feeling on each other's balls before the game, dapping people up. Guys actually really wanted to win. They stayed in places to try to build championship. You don't think Stockton and Malone could have went somewhere in their prime as a free agent? You don't think Peyton and Kemp could have went somewhere in their prime as a free agent? You don't think Alonzo Mourning and Kendall Gill and Grandmama and Larry Johnson could have went somewhere in their prime as a free agent to go chase championships? I'll tell you this. Shaq really started that whole go to the big franchise as a free agent. Remember, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got traded to the Lakers. Shaq decided to go there. A lot of it had to do with movies. Shaq had an agent. Shaq already had his stuff lined up, guys. This was not coincidence. Shaq already had his stuff lined up. He had already done Blue Chips. remember, he did Blue Chips as an Orlando Magic player. He had already been in movies. But the fact that you were going to come to the Lakers weren't good. The Lakers were coming off of a 44-win season, people. They were the 8th seed in the playoffs. They lost in the first round to the Phoenix Suns when it was best of 5. They went up 2-0. And people remember that. That's that Phoenix team that had 63 wins. Charles Barkley won MVP that year. They went up 2-0 on that team as an 8th seed, and then Barkley and his team right the ship, won 3 in a row, eliminated the Lakers. That was the last season of Big Game James Worthy. I'm giving y'all some knowledge right now. Pay attention. Get your pens out. But the NBA now has turned into a 100% complete joke. It is a joke to watch. And I'm going to do some Barry Horowitz right now. 80s WWE reference. You got to remember your jobbers like the Brooklyn Brawler and those guys from back in the 80s, Barry Horowitz. And I'm going to pat myself on the back because I told you guys in the summertime exactly what this season was going to look like. And with that being said, before I get any deeper, I want to bring in my man from DC Will Sports, my man Big Will Green, man. What's going on, player?
Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for having me on today. How's everything?
Everything is blessed, homie. So let's jump right into it, man. There's no hesitation. You and I have spoke about this before. You and I have talked about the NBA before, and I'm going to give you a reason. And listen, the text messages we were talking about the other night, you have a lot of valid points, but I think you're really missing what I'm saying. And let me explain before I let you go. I understand that there's NBA players that are good people. I understand that there's NBA players that do something for the community. I understand that there's NBA players that are a good role model. May not cheat on their wife that we know of. You know, I mean, let's just be real, because the player that we're going to bring up and you and I going to debate about, trust me, I know people in the league. And I ain't going to put no, listen, I'm going to just leave it there. I ain't even going to go any further than that. I know people.
Bob,
I know people who cover.
You have to say no more. Bob,
exactly. Okay, you understand where I'm going. All right, so
that's why I worded my text how I worded it.
Okay.
I said that, you understand? So that's why, I understood. But yeah.
I don't want to go like that. I don't want to break guy code. That's guy code talk about another man. But I understand that there's people. I understand there's people in the league that are really good. I get that. I don't care about what athletes do off the field. I'm not that guy. I have proven that on radio over and over and over again. Now, will I call somebody out and say, that was dirty when he did that? Like, I'll take my guy. Everybody knows I'm a Kobe guy. I never agreed with Colorado. I never defended Colorado. Dwayne Davis is listening right now. He used to come get his hair cut in the barbershop that I worked in. At that time when that happened, he'll tell you, it can back me up, I never defended Kobe for that. Because to me, as a man, that was just some wrong shit you did. But when it comes to that 94 feet on the court, that's where I judge. Just like when it comes to that 100 yards on the field, when it comes to that baseball diamond, that tennis court, that golf course, that racetrack, wherever, that's where I judge. And the man
that's exactly how I want to keep it.
And the man, and that's where we're going to keep it too. That's why you're going to lose this debate.
Yep.
And the man that is single-handedly, because I'm going to be real with you, if I allow you to play all the other stuff, you have a fighting chance. But your boy, LeBron James, James is the single-handedly reason why the NBA is complete trash right now.
Is he?
Yes.
The single-handedly complete reason.
The single-handedly complete reason that he's trash, that the NBA is trash right now. We got a guy in a city called Oklahoma City who is averaging a triple-double, who is not even a damn starter for the Western Conference because of the simple fact that we can't see good that nobody else does in the league because of this crybaby showboat attention hog. This crybaby showboat attention hog. It has to always be, I just said, that's why I don't like Drake. That's why I don't like DJ Khaled. It is always about you. He has no self-awareness. He has self-awareness about image and business. I get that. But we're not talking about that. LeBron James has the least amount of self-awareness as a mega superstar in the NBA since Shaq. Because Shaq had a period in his career where on the court, none of it was his fault. It was always either Kobe's not passing. Remember in Orlando, we saw it on the 30 for 30. He didn't like the fact that Penny was getting shine. Like, we've seen Shaq do this too. But when you lose on the road, okay, with the same team that you just won a championship with, to the Pelicans with no Anthony Davis, it's everybody else's fault. Then you turn around and you lose at home to the freaking Sacramento Kings. It's everybody else's fault. When he couldn't win in Cleveland before, it's everybody else's fault. When he couldn't win down in the years they didn't win in Miami, it's everybody else's fault. It's the ability to not be able to really see what it is. And I hate the rant and go on. I'm gonna give you a second. I'm gonna let you rant, but I just want to get this out, so I'm gonna let you just go back on these points. The point I'm making is there are some good things going on in the league right now. There's some great performances going on in the league right now. But you know why we can't see it? Because of a guy like LeBron James. Because if LeBron James was averaging what Russell Westbrook is averaging right now, we would be acting like it's the greatest damn thing that we have ever seen in sports. But you know what we say about Russell? Oh, well, he chased Kevin Durant off. Oh, well, he has the pass now because he can't do it. There's just always a reason why everybody else is good. But when it's LeBron, it's nope, best thing I've ever seen. Oh, best dunk I've ever seen. Best pass ever. Like the chase down block. The chase down block is one of the most overrated things I've ever seen in basketball. It's always on some smaller guy. And why the hell don't you block people when it's straight up? Why are you always chasing down? It just has this image to me when I go, yeah, it's cool. But you notice how he's always running from behind the guy. But whenever a dude comes through the lane, just like last night, Aaron Afalo comes off the screen. Of course he points to the other player and blames him and throws his hands up. But you're the man. We need playmakers? What the hell are you, LeBron? Well, you'd have never heard Jordan or Kobe after a championship year in their prime lose a few tough games and tell the damn media we need a playmaker. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man.
It's on you, bro. I got more, but I don't want to keep rambling. I'm gonna give you some time. It's on you, Big Will.
Let's recap here. All right. You're mad at LeBron because he said he didn't have people around him, right? You know, it's all about him. He's crying. I remember Kobe sitting there doing the worst. He did the exact same thing. What am I going to do with Smush Parker? What am I going to do with these guys?
Will is Smush Parker.
Whoa. Let me finish. So he's doing the exact same thing that LeBron did. But no, wait, I got more. And everything that you said, I can give you an example. That's why I was trying, because I didn't want to forget my thoughts. And that's why I was laughing so hard. Because everything you just banged on LeBron for, Kobe has done. Keep it 100. He has. And then he's done the ultimate thing, way worse than anything LeBron James has ever did. Way worse than Shaquille O'Neal has ever did. Way worse than he broke the cardinal rule of sports, especially superstardom. He quit on his team in the Game 7. A Game 7. Then Kobe, the great Kobe Jelly Bean Bryant, the Black Mamba, Mr. Clutch himself. Ice Warren in his face. This guy quit in the Game 7 in the first round of the playoffs against the Phoenix Suns. And how did he quit? Oh, no, he didn't say he needed more help right then and there. No, he caught a damn temper tantrum like a 4-year-old. Okay, well, I'm only going to shoot the ball 4 times in the second half. You're the best player on that team. You know you're the best player on the team.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You really went there? What the hell was that man supposed to do? What? No, hold on. What the hell was that man supposed to do at that point when he was taking 20 and 25 shots, trying to lead that sorry-ass team? He was getting killed for it, Will. He was getting killed for it, dog. He was the reason why they was up 3-1.
So why? Yeah, and they blew the 3-1 lead. But why do you quit on your team? I don't care. If you're at that level that you're putting Kobe on, there's no.
And LeBron quit on his team. You're wrong about that. LeBron quit on his team. He quit on his team twice. He quit on his team when they lost to Orlando, and he quit on his team when they lost to Boston. That's twice.
He quit. I don't remember him quitting on him with Orlando.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding me?
No. I'm saying, listen to what I'm saying. I said I don't remember. Okay. I'm not saying it didn't happen.
Okay.
I said I don't remember that. I'm being honest with you now.
He quit in the Orlando series. He quit.
Okay. Okay. All right. For argument's sake, we'll call it one up on that one. And I have a serious problem with that. I have a serious problem with LeBron James on that. And I told you on the text, just to preface the viewers, I'm not part of the LeBron hive. Remember what I told you? I said, man, you're going to turn me into LeBron's publicist here. But it's just, I don't think you get a fair shake. Not just from you, but there's a couple of other people.
I don't know about you not being part of LeBron hive. I heard somebody in DC told me you was at the tattoo parlor in Southeast last week talking about you was going to get a LeBron tattoo on the back of your thigh.
Oh yeah. Well, whoever you talking like that, man. So it was a dream, and I need to stop talking to them. They are not honest people.
And they said you was going to get it. You was going to get it in rainbow colors too.
Oh yeah. Well, the only reason because they showed me the picture of yours, and I said it was so hot. I thought I was going to get one too. But then I was like, no, the light skin and everything. So you pull yours on better. You know, I'm a little more brown. Your colors were popping a little more.
Popping. All right.
but here's the thing. All right. Because we were comparing these two players and about the NBA Day Week. As far as the NBA Day Week, I can put that in a nutshell. VJ, don't be that old guy. Don't be him. I'm not saying you're old, but you get what I'm saying.
No, I feel you because I get called out by other people. Oh, you're the old guy now. No, but go ahead. I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, because the reason why I don't want you to be that old guy, because you're way too knowledgeable. You know, and I'm not even talking about sports. I'm talking about life. Like, it's evolution. We can go all the way back to how AAU things are going nowadays, about how kids are going to college. You know, the NBA gets effed up because it's starting at the youth level. Ever since Sonny from Adidas started paying that money out to these kids, and AAU became a business, and it didn't become about developing kids. That's when the NBA, because it became a pipeline. Let's just get these kids to a good college. Okay, one and done. We're not developing ball players. Dwayne Wade was so good because he came out, he was ready. He was ready. There's a lot of players who should have stayed and they would have been a lot better. But that's what's killing the NBA. It's straight up lack of development. I don't even want to say like the talent. And the fact that you would even blame it on LeBron, it's hilarious. That just shows his greatness. You just gave this man credit for single-handedly ruining Russell Westbrook's all-star status.
Yeah.
He don't even play in the same damn conference as him. He don't play the same position, don't play on the same team, but he affected his status. That's dope.
Yeah.
You are a hell of a powerful, great player if you're doing that.
No. That's not what he is. What he is a front runner who has, and listen, I understand people want to say, oh, I like that they have control. Yeah, nobody didn't like that shit until LeBron's the guy that everybody wants to love, so we like it now. Now we like control. Now we like players that have control. We didn't like for Kobe to have control. We didn't like for Garnett and Ray Allen to go to Boston to have control. We didn't like for Carmelo Anthony to have control, to push his way out of Denver to go to New York. Nobody liked none of that stuff, Will. But now we when players have control. We didn't like that Durant had control this past summer. Am I right? Durant still getting killed. We don't like that control.
I like that move. I like the move. And I will tell you this about Kobe having control and all of the other players you named, about people not liking it. You know why people like when LeBron has control? Because LeBron has proven it works for him. He knows what he's doing.
So you agree? So you're not going to knock LeBron for purposely staying in the East? Let me read you these records right now. Number one, it's January 25th, 26th. They're at 30-14. That basketball team should not be at 30-14. Just to show you how bad this division is, that basketball is. They're 4-6 in their last 10 games, and they still have a damn 3-game lead. Toronto 28-18. Boston, and I know everybody wants to love Boston, guys. Boston is just a video game team. You give the ball to Isaiah Thomas, and you can use the analog stick to cross over, hit some jump shots. Al Horford to get you some bucket. That's a video game team, guys. They wouldn't even make the playoffs in the Western Conference at all. You got Atlanta. You got Washington.
Well,
and Washington's playing well. 14 in a row at home. John Wall is a beast, like the beast I always knew he was going to be. Looks like him and Bradley Beal are getting along. Now. Say that again?
Fool's gold.
Of course, that's the point. That's the point I'm making, Will. They look good, and it's fool's gold.
Well, but here's the thing, though. I know you said you stopped watching the NBA and everything, so I'm not sure if you're aware of this. But to actually win the championship, you got to play the other conference. You have to not only do you have to play the other conference, you have to play the best team from the other conference. I'm just saying. So I'm not sure if you knew that's how it worked, because you like all of this banging where he's on the East Coast, he's on the East Coast.
Yep.
All right, fine, great.
Yep.
He's on the East Coast.
Yep.
Now, if we're just talking about East Coast champions, it doesn't matter. You're on the East Coast. Once you beat up on everybody in the East Coast and you jump in that ring and you got to play the best from the West and you beat them.
Easy to do. Easy to do when you haven't played anybody easy to do when you haven't played anybody all year long. Just last week on the show, you guys were saying in the chat room that the Patriots, right? The Patriots don't play nobody, V. They don't play anybody until they get to. But at the same token, you still look at them and go, yeah, but they're a great franchise. They're a legendary franchise. They're going on a historic run right now. But the Western Conference, like, look what Kobe had to go through since the minute he walked into the NBA. If it wasn't Phoenix, then it was Dallas. If it wasn't Dallas, then it was Denver. If it wasn't Denver, then it was Portland. Then it was Sacramento. That man has had to battle Greg Popovich and Tim Duncan for 17 years to try to fight just to come out of the conference. Or maybe it was Phoenix with 65 wins. Oh, well, here comes Dallas. They go get a ring. People have to remember, too, the year Dallas won a ring, they swept L.A. They swept the Lakers. Then you talk about the Sacramento Kings have to go on the road in a Game 7 to actually win that series to go to the finals. Remember the Portland team? I mean, the man has had to battle some of the greatest teams in his era, his entire career. LeBron James had to go through Boston basically one time when Boston was, and everybody knows it, they were over the hill, they were past their prime, they had their ring. You can see they did not have the exact same fire at all. And if people remember too, Boston was still up 3-2 in that damn series. LeBron had an out of this world game, the 45, 15 and 12 up at the Garden. But it's like, okay, I get, and I've always applauded him for that performance. But this whole thing of constructing your career, he started this. This is why the league is bad. Oh, by the way, newsflash, breaking news today. I was ahead of the curve again on Carmelo and the Knicks. Secretly, they tried to shop him 2 months ago. Nobody wants him now. But he wants out. Because this is what LeBron has created. I want to go play with my friends. I don't want it hard. Basically what it's telling me, just me personally, is I don't want it hard. I want it to be easy. Now, his fans will go, come on, man. Don't you want life easy as possible? Honestly, no, I don't. I don't mind playing these clubs out here night after night in Hollywood. I don't mind going at it with 10,000 other comedians out here. Because when I make it to the Comedy Store, like I did this past Sunday night, I know I did that shit. I didn't take an easy route. I battled these comedians in D.C. I battled comedians in Connecticut. I battled comedians in New York. I battled comedians in Boston. And I came out here to L.A. and they know who VJ is because I battled these comedians out here. I didn't try to find, well, let me see what's the easiest path to get on the Comedy Store or get into the Laugh Factory. Some of us are just cut differently, dog. That man's not cut like that. And I'm allowed to knock that. Because what we grew up with, Will, you and I the same age. Come on, Will. What we grew up with, dog, dudes wanted to have it. They wanted to beat everybody else. He started this era, and that's why the NBA's crap. Look at DeMarcus Cousins. He won out of Sacramento. Now, I don't blame him for wanting out of Sacramento. But
I'm about to say, that's a terrible example.
Hold up. No. I don't blame him for wanting out of Sacramento. But you're throwing out Cleveland. You're throwing out the Spurs. Like, why can't you go to Washington and make them better? They already got 2 superstars. You can go to Washington and make. But no, they want to go play with, dog, Carmelo, the report's out. He secretly asked them to try to shop him to Cleveland. Like, he tried to go to Cleveland, man. That means the league's bad,
That should tell you something. But then, like I said, that goes back to the AAU. That goes way back to the AAU days, because the AAU even coming up, like we was talking when the first time I called the show, the basketball world has shrunk. due to social media and how the AAU circuit work now with how the sponsorship, the basketball circuit shrunk. So a lot of these kids, like LeBron and Carmelo, I'm just using it for example. I know they don't play together, but they've been playing against each other, since they were like 13, 14, knowing each other.
Yeah.
You grow up, at some point in time, hey man, it'd be cool to play with my man. Especially if your man is a great teammate. Now that's the thing that people forget. And it's funny because it makes my argument for LeBron's greatness for me. Because every time people say, yeah, like you just said, everybody's throwing Cleveland out there. People want to run and throw. You know why they want to go to Cleveland? It damn sure ain't for motherfucking Kyrie Irving. They want to go to Cleveland.
Whoa. You know what?
No. And I'm not saying Kyrie's not great. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, we're talking about LeBron James right now.
Hold up. Is it Kyrie. LeBron? Hold up. Is it LeBron or everybody in their mama, including Stevie Wonder, including Ray Charles from the grave, can see that if you go to Cleveland, you're going to go to the finals? I don't even think it's about, I just want to go play with the great LeBron. It's like, no, I want to go to Cleveland because I know that's the easiest way to get to the finals. That's the way I see that. I don't see that as, I want to go play with a great player. It's like, nah, shit, I'm going to go play with not just LeBron. Boy, man, don't play Uncle Drew like that. Uncle Drew had 42 the other night, and LeBron stuck it up in the fourth quarter.
Uncle Drew, he my man. His name was the first name that came to my mind. He
is getting so disrespected. His name has been in the trade. His name has been in the trade talks, and you know that's LeBron pulling the trade. So this dude hits the shot to help you win. Game 7 for Cleveland. He hit the shot. He had a 40-point game for you. He had a 34-point game for you in the finals. And you go into the front office and we need a playmaking point guard. Dude, that's a slap in that kid's face, man.
I think no. I think okay. Maybe you got the quote right, but as far as what I said, as far as what I remember hearing or reading, he was actually saying that they only had 3 people. And he included Kyrie as if he was like, sometimes if I sit down, I want to be able to sit with him, him and Kyrie sit. So he gave Kyrie and Kevin Love their props.
It's a backhand. It's a backhand compliment, dog. It's a backhand compliment.
No. But see, you looked at it as a backhand compliment. Dig a little deeper, brother. We both know LeBron is a great businessman and he's smart. Forget everything else soft and all that.
Yes.
We agree on that.
Yeah, he's brilliant. 100%. Okay.
Maybe, just maybe, that brilliance wasn't a backhand compliment. Maybe that LeBron knows what it takes. He sees what's going on with the team. He wants to build it back up. I don't think he really wants to get rid of nobody. I think that's his way of saying, yo, get y'all shit in gear without throwing your teammates under the bus saying, yo, you guys stink. I'm taking 45 shots a game to the paper. That's his way of saying that. He just said it in a different way. He just said it in a LeBron way. Which is like, yo, get your shit together, guy. This ain't gonna rock.
But let me ask you, okay, fine, let's go with that. Get your shit together. So then what does Kyrie have to get together? Because all I see Kyrie doing is averaging 25 a night and averaging 7 and 8 dimes and actually saving Cleveland night after night after night.
Why do you keep, in the quote he said, he excluded Kyrie and Kevin Love. He was saying we need more than those 3. So you can't throw Kyrie into that because he's acknowledging Kyrie's balling.
I think it's a backhand compliment. I really don't think he mean Kobe's done. Hey, listen, I can even admit it. Kobe's done it. He did it about Gasol. Even though he knew Gasol needed to get tougher, he threw Gasol some backhand compliments, and then Gasol got tougher, and they went and beat Orlando, and then went and beat Boston. So I can even admit that. So if you can't admit LeBron's throwing backhand compliments, dog, like, come on, because I've seen Kobe. Jordan's done it. Shaq's done it. All the great ones do it from time to time. They throw backhand. Tom Brady's done it.
He throws backhand compliments, but see, that's the thing. We're talking about one incident. You asked me about one specific incident, and I'm telling you what I think about this particular incident. Now, pre-title LeBron, the pre-title when he really got on his crime stuff. Yeah, then I would have looked at it like, yo, like this dude is wilding. But me seeing how LeBron move, I just look at how the dude move as far as how he handles his brand, basketball and everything included. And I don't think that man does. And even down to him all of a sudden cussing like a trap rapper in all of his interviews.
What was that about? Because that's not him at all. I was actually kind of thrown off by that. Like, come on, dog. Don't play fake mad tough guy. Like, that's not you, bro.
Exactly. Even down to that, I'm seeing through that. I'm seeing what that is. He's trying to light that fire, and it ain't him. Like the fire lighter, like that. But he's doing what leaders do, because that is him. He is a leader. He's doing what he thinks, and this is just my opinion. I didn't talk to LeBron. I don't know, but for me, looking at how the man moves and just the moves he makes and how meticulous his decisions are, like I don't think LeBron does anything that he doesn't know 6 months in advance. You know what I mean? Like
do you think that's actually good for the game, man?
I like good basketball.
We're not seeing good basketball, bro. This isn't good basketball. We're watching blowout. We're watching blowout. Yes, but I'm tired of watching them win by 20. Yes, I like watching the Spurs, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Am I watching the Spurs and the Suns? No. Am I watching the Cavs and the Bucks? No. And I know people will try to go to, well, there's good young players, V. Dude, I get that, but I'm not watching the game for good young players. I'm watching the game to watch a game. There's good young players in Jacksonville. How many Jaguar games did people watch this year? Not very many. There's good young players in Cleveland. How many times did people sit on their sofa and go, you know what? I want to sit and watch Joe Hayden cover this receiver all day today. Not many, man.
Me? Well, no, not many, but me, because Joe Hayden, the homeboy, went to Friendly High School, you know. He was one of my young boys.
Absolutely, DMV, went to Friendly, absolutely. Yeah, and that's why I always put him up there as one of the best corners in football. Whenever people was on that Richard Sherman stuff, I was like, hold on, man. Y'all trying to act like Hayden not up in Cleveland. Like Hayden didn't hold down the SEC for Florida. Y'all bugging what y'all talking about. That brother is a certified G at the court. I mean, went through some injuries this year. And then, of course, when your team starts 0-10, 0-11, I ain't going to lie. My hamstring might hurt a little more, too, when I'm looking at a 0-11. That's just real. This ain't guaranteed money they get, man. So I ain't going to lie. That whole, you and I talked about toughness and integrity through the text message the other day. I told you in sports, I want toughness, because if you believe that there's any real integrity left in sports, then that said fan is just a fool. This is a grimy industry. This is a grimy business. They put people out there when they ain't supposed to be out there. There's a report that came out. I knew the Dolphins didn't follow proper concussion protocol for Matt Moore when he took that hit in that Steelers game. I'm sitting here watching the damn game. But the report comes out that they didn't. Why? Because what you gonna do? Put TJ Yates out there? You just signed him Thursday. You can't put that guy out there. But it's grimy, and the player's willing to go do it. So, hey, if I was a coach and if I was a front office person, hey, man, hey, is he gonna play? Does he want to play? Can he play? Okay, to suit him up on Sunday because we need him to play. I'm paying him to play. So integrity go out the window on the field. But when it comes to toughness, I need that Kobe toughness. I need that Jordan I need that Isaiah toughness. I need that toughness. That's what I need. Fuck your you can keep that integrity shit. We'll talk about that in church on Sunday. Tonight? I need you tough.
Well, like I told you about integrity and toughness, I take integrity over toughness all the time, because it takes a certain level of toughness to have integrity. It takes absolutely no integrity to be tough. At all. It don't. You could be the toughest dude in the world and be a piece of crap. No integrity.
True. But we're talking sports. We're talking sports stuff.
Right. And we're talking sports. That's what I'm saying. I want integrity in sports too. Like, even I want, like, for instance, the Joe Hayden hamstring thing. Integrity. He comes, like, me as a coach, and we're owing whatever, and I know I got like a banged up star. I'm telling him his hamstring hurt. That's just me though. Because at 0-10, I'm probably going to get fired anyway. There's no need for two people's careers to be screwed over. I'm sorry.
Nah, talk free. No. Remember, homie, this is my show. Talk free, man. You can say what you want.
I got you, but we trying to get you ready for bigger and better things, so we're going to show these people that they ain't got to be there. But, hey, that's on something else.
I feel you.
We giving these people something they can work with, something they can listen to all the way through and not cringe.
I appreciate it, bro.
But, and I don't want to confuse people back to the basketball. Like, we agree to a certain extent. I love basketball. Like, I love
so do I.
basketball. Like, it's in my it's in my blood for generations, basketball. But I get what you're saying, but I don't fault, you know what I mean? Like, I don't fault the players. I see what's going on. Like, these kids, they're not big toward basketball anymore. And you know this. Like, these coaches are so crazy nowadays. You see a 6'4", 12-year-old, hey, come here. What size shoe you wear? Let's get it. That's it. Because everything's about putting themselves on the map, and who suffers? The fans. Because they don't care about the player. Because if an AAU coach can get this player to this big-time D1, he can go to these other AAU kids and be like, yo, kids from my program go to Kentucky. Or I have pipelines to Duke, North Carolina, these schools. So come play with me. You go to Duke. Well, I'm sorry, not Duke. You go to Kentucky or somewhere like that, and he's going to tell you straight up, I'm getting you ready to play basketball. I'm gonna get you ready.
I have such a great rebuttal for that. I was waiting for you to bring that up. I have such a great rebuttal for that, and you're not gonna have any response for this, Will. You know why?
If it's a good point, then I'm with it.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's not good. It's actually pretty beautiful. It's almost as beautiful as your beautiful family. It's not quite as beautiful as your family, but it's right there. The reason why the reason why that is because these kids are soft nowadays. Who's the biggest softest? The kids. The kids are soft these days because of what they see. They see these soft NBA players, so it makes them soft. You know why you and I were tough when we were kids? Because the football players we watch, the boxers we watch, the baseball players we watch, the football players we watch, and the NBA and college players we watch were tough. That's why we were tough as kids. You know why these kids are soft now? Because what they see, because they see softness. Who's the leader of the soft era in the NBA? It's your man, Mr. LeBron James.
No. Well, I like your answer, but I disagree with your reasons. I agree with you about as far as the soft thing in our generation, in this generation. That agreed. The reasoning completely different. You know why kids are soft nowadays?
Why?
Because when it's raining outside, or not even when it's raining, it could be a beautiful day outside. I'm gonna play this Madden all day. And I play video games, so I'm not knocking that. But I'm a grown man and I'm doing my thing. Like, I don't have to be out in social. But these kids playing they play the video games all day, and here you go, got me sounding like the old man with you. But this is why they're soft. They don't have no real. Come on, man. When we were young and we were outside playing, we didn't know we were training for sports for years. All those gates we climbed, all those fires and sand we ran through, all those dogs we ran through, because her yard is a shortcut to the park.
Yeah.
But she got that big ass dog. So look, you won't get your 40 time together, or you won't get a big piece taken out of your butt.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do? That's why we and our parents, it was different. Our parents were different. We were taught, we had to learn how to cope. You know what I'm saying? We weren't given a lot of things. Hey, I'm hurt. My leg hurt. You know, man, my dad, favorite line to me. Dad, I hurt my ankle. I got my knife in the car. You want me to go ahead and cut it off and it never hurt again? No, I don't want you to cut it off. Well, then, look. Well, deal with it then. Because the only thing I can do for you is cut it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I grew up. I doubt that these kids have it like that. And you can't blame LeBron for that. Like, again,
yes, I can. Yes, I can. Because I'm just talking about the NBA. I'm just talking about the NBA. The league is soft right now because the main guy in the league is the softest. In the 80s and 90s, the league was tough because the main guys in the league were tough. You don't think there's You don't think there's a direct correlation to that?
No, and the correlation is just what I think. They grew up tougher. Because guess what? The guys in the post office 20 years ago were probably tougher than the guys who I work with now. It was just a generational thing. It's just how you were raised. And I'm not saying everybody in the league is soft. I'm not saying everybody in the generation is soft. But what I'm saying is, from the outside looking in, us looking at it, it looks soft because we came up through something tougher. Now, the kids who are looking up, they don't know about coming up through something tougher. So they see what they're mimicking what they see. again, you can't just say, oh, that's because of LeBron. LeBron didn't make the league soft. It's not like this kid from high school came in the league and was like, all right, let's defend this guy.
Yes, he did.
Because
all the great tough ones, dog. People don't understand, and you do because you're a basketball bonanza. You're bananas about basketball. Last year, man, we lost legends, man. KG walked away.
Mm-hmm.
Duncan walked away. Kobe walked away. Dirk should have. He should have done it. Look at the air we're in right now, Will. Like, look at this shit, dog.
Oh no!
Look at the league, dog. Like, really. Let me ask you a question, Will. Who's playing for the finals this year?
Who do I have for the finals this year?
Who's playing for the finals?
I already know. The same people 99% of the country have, man. Cleveland and Golden State.
Exactly. And it's a direct correlation to the decision. It's a direct correlation to what the Heat had put together. It's a direct correlation, man. It's a direct correlation to what the league is. He is the leader of that. I'm not gonna just like, oh, here, I got another better example for you. Why can't you hit quarterbacks? Okay. Why can't you hit quarterbacks at the knee anymore?
Wasn't that Tom Brady who did that?
Exactly.
It's
a direct correlation. It's a direct correlation.
Kind of a bad example.
No, it's not because there's a part two to it. It's a direct correlation to why these quarterbacks look a little softer nowadays, man. Or they flop. Like, we didn't used to see quarterbacks flop. Really, we didn't used to. I'm not used to seeing that. I'm not used to seeing quarterbacks flop.
I hate to see every time a quarterback hit the ground, they look up and like throw their hands up.
Every single. I hate that. And that's everybody. So I'm not excluding anybody. That's everybody. But it started with the man that like they say about John Cena in WWE. It started with the face that runs the place. Whether people like him or not, whether you want to bang on Deflategate, whether you want to bang on Spygate, the one thing you can't change and control, and nobody can. The face of the National Football League is and has been for the last 10 years, Thomas Brady. So when something happens to him, we're changing everything. When LeBron started, I'll give you another example. Who's the superstar that just started to get away in this era with just crazy travels? Before Harden, who was the guy? It was LeBron. LeBron has been walking. Now, it's just, now there's a Shaqtin' a Fool every Thursday night at midnight after the doubleheader TNT game. They find the worst walks, not of the year, not of the month, but just of the last few days, because he's allowed to do it. Now it's seeped into the league. You don't see that?
Blow the whistle. Not you. I'm just saying, like, this is the thing. I understand his influence. I'm not that naive. I understand his influence. But if LeBron, let's say LeBron James walked into David Stern's office. I'm sorry, Adam Silver. Shoot. Let's say he walked into Adam Silver's office, right? With a sheet of paper and said, yo, this is how I want this year to play out. And walked off. Wouldn't it kind of be up to the commissioner of the league or the referees to be like, yo, you're tripping? Because if they go with it, you can't fault LeBron. If I could walk up to you, VJ, and say, pump, give me $200, and you reached in your pocket and gave it to me, you know what I'm going to do when I'm short for cash? I'm going to come to you, pump, give me $200.
If I come to you, pump, give me... You go Debo? You just going to Debo me like that?
No, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? But if I came to you, pump, give me $200, and you smack me smooth across my face, you know what? Damn. You might have saved my life. Your slap might have came before somebody else's bullet. So you can't blame LeBron for getting away with what they're letting him get away with. If a child is acting out and doing whatever they want to do, who do you look at? The child or the parent? And I'm not talking about the little child. I'm talking about the 16, 17-year-old kid who's sitting there cussing his mom out like she's his bae or something. I'm talking about that one, or the one who just has no respect for his parents at all. Do you look at the kid and be like, man, that kid is crazy? You look at him, you look at the parents like, man, give me your belt. I'll do it. That's what you do. take action. So don't get mad at LeBron. Get mad at the people who actually make these decisions, or get mad at the people who put LeBron in a place to have this power.
Now I agree. I agree with that. I just sat and I realized, and as you were talking, I was really going through my. Okay, that makes sense. But for a rebuttal, I gotta say, but when your superstar cry starts to really call out people, starts to really do, and you know this is the face of your league. Like, it goes back to Jordan. I've said so many times before, guys, everybody knows I'm not a Jordan guy. I'm a respectful Jordan guy. I respect that he was great. I respect that he's a legend. I respect that he's the GOAT. Well, on my top 10 list, I got him number 2. I got Kareem number 1 because Kareem actually really changed the game. And when you score more points, you have more rebounds, and you have more blocks than Jordan. And I know people say, well, he plays center. Don't matter. The point is, he has more than that in 3 categories over Jordan. He's got the 6 rings, and he's got 6 MVPs, which is one more over Jordan. And the man lost like 1 game in college in 3 years. Like, I got Kareem at number 1. But I understand Jordan's greatness. But as a Piston fan, I saw it up close and personal how the league started to say, okay, we're not going to let Detroit. Everybody writes this narrative that, Detroit used to clothesline. Show me a highlight where they clothesline somebody. No,
I'm not going to say clothesline, but they are the only NFL team to have an NBA championship.
That's right. It's called. You saw the 30 for 30. You saw what Rick Mahorn said. Rick Mahorn said we used to call it tap tap. We used to look across the paint and say to our play tap tap, which means when they come through that paint, throw that shoulder, throw that hip, throw that fork. They wasn't killing no damn body. If anybody was clotheslining people out there, go back and watch those Lakers-Celtic games. Go back and watch the 86ers. Those were clotheslines and just straight up fist fights. Dennis Rodman would just get underneath your skin and just stand still. Rick Mahorn, he would stand strong. It's a screen. It's called a screen. And he gonna stand there strong and throw a little extra shoulder to you. But that ain't never killed no damn body. And when the league was ready for Jordan to take over, the league changed it so that Jordan could thrive. I will go to the grave saying that. Great player. Legendary player, but I don't care what nobody says. The NBA and David Stern helped the legend of Jordan. That's why I stand strong on my Pistons, because my Pistons were a team that when nobody wanted them to win, when they got no favors from the refs, they got no favors from the leagues whatsoever, they went out and beat everybody's asses for 3 straight years.
Well, let me ask you this. Why do you think that is? Possibly. Again, I don't know, but possibly because when I work with kids, or whenever my kids come, and I'm sorry to keep going grown men as kids, but this is just analogy. I work with kids, and the kid always telling me, my teacher don't like me, or everybody's always picking on them, or nobody likes them, everybody against them. Guess what? Maybe it's you. Maybe it was the Pistons. Maybe because that your beloved team lost a whole, and I like the Pistons because I like their tough image. I rocked with that. I liked that, but I lost all respect for 90% respect for them when they lost and they walked off the court like some what. That was
personal. That was personal. No, that was personal. Jordan. Jordan took it upon himself to call them names through the press. Said they were bad for basketball. Jordan took it upon himself to actually manipulate the media and let the media start to print that stuff. When you go, listen, John Sally was not a bad guy. Bill Lambert was not a bad guy. Now Isaiah, I ain't gonna lie, Southside Chicago, he kind of threw Magic under the bus at one point by calling him gay. But I understand where he was coming from, because in the 80s we were told by the media that the whole HIV/AIDS thing was from the gay community. So when Magic came up with it, that's where Isaiah was coming from. Okay, but if you talk to people that know these people, I know people that work at NBA Network. The media, Jordan, you're right. Listen, was it a smart thing for him to walk off the court without shaking hands? No. But at the same time, I'd much rather see legitimate hate than this walk off the court like we see nowadays, like LeBron did against Orlando without shaking hands, where it's just more or less like you're pouting. That was legitimate hate, dog. He wasn't going to shake. And guess what? Jordan and Scotty and them all said in the 30 for 30, they didn't care. They all all said I ain't want to shake their hand. Just the fact that we beat their butt so bad was enough for me. That's real sports hate, dog. I'd much rather see that than fake handshakes and fake love and dap, or people walking off just because they got an attitude. Like, Iverson never gets thrown under the bus for storming off the court after losing to the Lakers. Nobody ever brings that up. Derek Fisher had to go chase his ass in the tunnel and catch him and be like, come on, man. Like, don't be like that, dog. But because Kobe was talking that shit to him and Kobe was busting his ass at one point, he couldn't take it and walk off the court. We never bring that up about Iverson. And I love Iverson, so I'm not banging on him. Just the fact that we don't bring that up bothers me.
Well, I don't like that. Like, I really don't like that. And I'm going to tell you, I feel anything like that, I feel a certain way personally about that. Any of that, because playing sports, and you know this, you're going to talk trash to me before the game. I'm going to talk trash to you before and during the game. If I lose, I can't, like, just me, where I came from, how I was raised. I can't tuck tail. I can't just go one of them. I don't care how mad I am. Because you know what? I look like a sucker. I look like I ducked again. Maybe that's me and my integrity. You could be right. Maybe you have a point with toughness, because they're too tough to take, you know what I mean, to walk up to a man who just beat them. You know, my integrity, man, good game. Or even if I walk up to you and be like, you know you're a hoe. You know what you did. I'm going to walk up to you, I'm going to dap you up. Why? Because you won the game.
Yeah. Yeah, always shake hands. I'm not, like I said, I'm that guy. But I do understand general hatred. Like, for instance, real quick story. My senior year, I had to transfer to a high school that I hated. I was bred to hate this high school because of the high school that I went to previously. Well, my senior year, I find myself transferring to this high school. And I find myself on the football team.
Garfield type stuff.
That's exactly what it was. I went to Garfield. And I had to transfer I went to Garfield, and I had to transfer to Potomac. And Garfield hated Potomac. I never lost to Potomac in anything all my years at Garfield. In all the sports I played at Garfield, I never lost to Potomac. But I found myself at Potomac my senior year and on the football team for a few games until we beat Garfield. Garfield found out that they tried to disguise me. I had a shield on my helmet. They put me in a different off number. I wasn't wearing my normal number. We beat them. They called the state. He's a transfer player. The rule was you have to be in school for like 60 days in order to suit up. Potomac didn't follow the rule, and they took away the wins of the games that I participated in, so they lost 2 or 3 wins or something like that. Made the remainder of my senior year hell. Okay, so it showed that the guys never really liked me anyway because I came from Garfield, but it was just that fake love because I guess I was on the football team. If I could have had another year to transfer back to Garfield or transfer to any other school in the Cardinal District and play them again and beat them, I wouldn't have shook none of their damn hands. Not one damn player. That was real, true hatred. I don't like those guys that were on that team and most of those guys that live in that neighborhood to this day. And I'm 39. That's how deep the natural dislike and the natural true hatred went. And I'm fine with it. My life isn't going to go anyway. I don't wish any harm on anybody. I don't wish that anything bad happened to them. But if I go play a pickup game in Dumfries, Virginia right now, I'm trying to rip their heart out because I still have that hatred from the way I was treated after the wins got taken from the team. And if I were to play, and I wouldn't dap none, even as a grown man right now, I wouldn't dap none of them up after the game. I'd just be like, who got next? I ain't even making eye contact. Fuck off the court. Next.
Oh, I would love playing against somebody like you, man.
Off the court. Next.
Man.
I ain't even talking trash. I just want to I ain't shaking your hand because I have a genuine dislike for you. even to this day.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to let that go, bro. That was a while ago.
No,
man. We got to come on, man.
No,
we gotta let that one go.
No,
bro.
No, dog. I'm not dapping you up. I'm not dapping you up after a game. Let me tell you something. About me that may not come across on radio. I goof around a lot of passion, a lot of stats. I get really, we get really high energy when we're debating. When I am in a competitive environment, I don't shake your hand after a game of Madden, dog. If I lose, I'll pass the sticks. I'll step to the side. Maybe I got to roll up. Maybe I got to go make another drink. Maybe I got to go get another plate of food. But we getting back on them sticks again, dog. Now, I might dap you up when I leave the crib that day because I ain't that kind of dude. But after the game of 2K, FIFA, Madden, I am as competitive as a person you will meet when it's competition time. I don't shake every comedian's hand. I shake the comedian's hand. I shake the comedian's hands that I respect. I respect your set. I respect your humor. I respect how you went up there and put a professional set together. You actually told a story on stage. I respect that. The one that's up there, don't you hate when the big titty girl do the something, or don't you hate when your girlfriend do the, come on, man, Comedy 101, what is this, 1984? Got no respect. I'm about to smash you, dude. I'm about to smash. When I was at the Comedy Store Sunday night, I sat while other comedians were in the green room. Yeah, I sat in the green room for a little while. I soaked that part in because I never did that before. I never been to the comedy club where they got drinks and food in the green room for us, and the promoter keeps coming back to let us know who's up next and checking on us. But it got to a point where I left the green room. Too much frilliness was going on. Too much. So how long have you been doing comedy? Oh my God, I'm so nervous. Oh, dude, yeah, I'm so nervous tonight. I'm looking around this room like, man, these clowns. I'm too competitive. Let me go sit out. I went and sat in the crowd, homie, and watched their sets. I'm competing right now. I'm watching your set, dog. I'm seeing you trip over the cable. I'm seeing you don't know that when you take the microphone off the stand, you move the stand behind you. That's Comedy 101. You don't put your hand on the stand or keep the stand in front of you. You work the stage. You don't stand right in the middle of the stage and shit. You don't look at notes. You don't pull out your iPhone and look at a note to try to finish up your joke. I'm smashing you right now. That's how I was. That's how I am when it comes to competition.
And that's cool. I'm just as competitive as you are, and I go about things completely different. And that's why I talk about the generational things. Because guess what? Before the game, I'm dapping you up. Me and you, Father Pay, and I understand you competitive. But me, I'm dapping my opponent up. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's going on? Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, y'all smashed whatever last time. Yeah, I'm laughing and all that. What they don't know is as soon as I see you smile and laughing, just like my man Jordan, I got you. Because you thinking I'm coming on some chill, let's go out here and have fun. No, my brother, I'm going out here to take your soul and then take your girl. That's what I'm out here to do.
Yep.
But you just don't, you're not going to realize I'm out here to do it until, hold on, man, this dude got like 20. He's really going hard.
Yep.
By that time, man, it's third quarter.
Yeah, exactly.
Then but that's just me. Like you always say, it's chess, not checkers. I'm gonna leave you at ease. You're not going to know my foot is up your hind part until midway through the competition.
Nope.
Wait a minute. This guy is a savage. He's not this nice. Who is this guy? This guy was cracking jokes. I thought we was cool.
Nope.
Just like 42, I thought we was good.
Nope.
We could be good after that final horn.
Yep. We good later, homie. We ain't good. We ain't good right now. We ain't good right now. I play flag. Even in flag football, dog. Some of these leagues, there's some leagues I played in that be kind of soft. But I played in some leagues, man, where they gotta have police at the damn fields because these games get intense, especially when you're playing 10-man, especially when you're playing 10-man and 11-man, where there's actually offensive linemen and there's blocking. I like those leagues because you can actually run the football. Like, you can actually have a running game. 6-man, 7-man leagues, it's more like a passing league. So it's like, there's really not a point for a running back unless you're going to flare them out or you're going to throw screens and things like that. But I play in some of these 10 and 11-man, dog. They got LAPD or wherever county we playing, police officers out there because these are all men and all of us, we in our damn 30s, just still trying to get some exercise, man. Still trying to live a dream. But let me tell you something, homeboy. You come across this middle, even with no pads on, I may not hit you or tackle you, but you going to feel this shoulder. I'm 6'3" and 285. You going to feel this shoulder, dog. When I come off that line as a tight end, I'm going to push off you, homeboy. And I'm lowering my shoulder. You trying to grab this flag, I'm lowering my shoulder, dog. This is, we ain't got no pads on, but this is still competition. And when there's time ticking on the clock, and see, and I don't want to get off topic. I roll that back to the NBA. You just don't see that nowadays. That's why listen, man, is Kobe a herb? Probably. Is he probably fun for a guy like me to hang out with? Probably not. He'll probably have a lot of Europeans and Asian dudes around him and talking in different languages I don't understand. And I'm with jeans and t-shirt and they got on $6,000 Italian suits. I probably don't fit in. I probably fit in more with LeBron's crew than I would with Kobe's crew. But when that ball is tipped up and that clock starts at 12 minutes and starts counting down, I want Kobe Bryant over any NBA player in the history of the league on any damn given day. And you can have Jordan. Anybody goes, well, I'll tell you, fine, have Jordan. But you didn't trump me because you got Jordan, because my guy can go get 81. My guy can go get 62 3/4. My guy can do exactly what your guy can do. It's going to depend on what other pieces we have. But our two guys are going to...
Your guy had my guy's poster on his wall.
Sure did.
Your guy looked up to my guy. My guy, he didn't look up to Dr. J. He said he wanted to be better than Dr. J. He wanted to go... Jordan wanted to be the first Michael Jordan. Now,
True.
That's the competitive edge that I give to Michael Jordan. Yeah, early on he said he liked Dr. J's game and he patented a little bit of
the word he used, let me help you. The word he used was enamored. He said I was enamored with Dr. J.
Okay.
That's kind of like a man crush.
No. It is. No, that's what he said. He did. No, but that's the respect thing. That's basically saying, yeah, I respected him. But he never said he wanted to be like him. He always wanted to be the first Jordan. Even with the thing he took from his dad was sticking his tongue out his mouth. And a lot of times it looked forced. Like, I know it was a habit he did it natural, but when it became, once you're famous enough and once you got your own little stick or gimmick, sometimes it becomes just that. Like, sometimes you gotta do it for the people every now and again, almost like the rock in the people's eyebrows. Since you're a wrestling fan, I thought I'd throw that out there for you.
Yeah, the people's eyebrow. I used to love the people's. I used to try to do that, Joe. I couldn't do it, but I used to try.
But you know, but you get my point. Sometimes you're just doing it because that's your thing. But I said that he wanted to be the first him. And he still has people chasing him, trying to be him. So when you say you want to get Kobe. I'll take Jordan. I'm gonna take Jordan.
Oh, no, but I got a great rebuttal for that. Ahmad Rashad tells a really cool story that they were in LA shooting NBA inside stuff, and he was doing a piece on Kobe. Jordan happened to be in LA. He said, hey, come over to the Forum and hang out with me today. So Jordan and Ahmad are sitting in the Forum just talking. It's just them two and the camera guy. Kobe comes walking out of the tunnel. That's Jordan up.
I'm going to let you tell it for the listeners because I heard this story, but go ahead.
Yeah, the three of them get to sitting around talking and everything like that, and they get to talking trash with each other. Now, this is 18-year-old Kobe Bryant telling Jordan, well, I mean, I don't know if you could get me, Mike. And Mike saying, you wouldn't be able to guard me. What you going to do if I do this? Kobe said, well, what would you do if I do it? He said, anyway, they talk. Kobe goes in the locker room to change to do the interview. Ahmad says he had never, ever, ever heard Jordan say this about another player. He said he looked at Ahmad. He said, I like that kid. He said, that kid's going to be great. He said, and I've never heard him tell me that about anybody else. So while my guy had your guy's post on the wall, fine. But your guy looked at him one day and recognized, hey, man, at 18.
That kid was going to be great.
At 18.
That's great. I mean, and he was correct. Cool.
Whenever he's asked a question about LeBron, he always dances. You ever notice when Jordan's asked? Well, I mean, he's a really good player. He's a great player, and there's always a but. There's always when they was asked, even when he was asked on his interview on when they did the sit down with Ahmad about 3 years ago, he said Kobe or LeBron. Without hesitation, he said 5 beats 2 any day. Simple as that. 5 beats 2 any day. Any day. He didn't say, but LeBron's great, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to tell you right now, man, I don't even think he looked at LeBron like that guy. I really don't. I think Jordan looks at 2 guys. Charles Barkley, because he said it himself. When he was in the Olympics in Barcelona, there's a cool story he tells where he told Charles Barkley said, I'm really glad to be over here with you, man, to be able to play with the best player in the world. He said, well, I'm glad you're here. I get to play with the second best player in the world. He said, who are you talking about? He said, you. Like, Jordan felt like in 92, 93, 94, Barkley was the second best player in the world. And he only said that about Barkley, and he only said that about Kobe. He don't give LeBron that love, man. Do you think there's something there with that?
No. Thank you for shooting your own argument in the foot. So let's talk about Jordan's credibility now. Says 5 beats 2 every day. Guess what? 3 beats 0 anytime. Mr. Second Player in the world.
What do you
Second
mean?
greatest player in the world. I'm talking about if he's going to sit there and give Charles Barkley that credit and everything like that, but then diminish LeBron James. Charles Barkley ain't got no rings. So
Well, but LeBron's better than Barkley. I'm not that guy. I loved Barkley as a kid, but if somebody asks me right now, all right, V, Barkley or LeBron, who's better? It's LeBron. I'm not dumb. LeBron James is a better all.
No, but right, but I'm saying this to say, you know what I mean, as far as 5v2, man, that's cool. I get that. You know what I really think, kind of, sorta. Michael might be a little bit more comfortable. Well, one, because he did, cross paths with, so LeBron's a little closer to the era that that transitional era, because I think Kobe bridged that gap actually between Jordan retirement and then LeBron coming in.
Along with Duncan and Garnett.
Yeah,
Along with Duncan and Garnett. You're right. They bridged the Jordan era gap. Exactly.
And they carried the league, because I'm not gonna lie, as a basketball fanatic, I didn't know what I was going to do when Jordan left. I was like, yo, we just spoiled all. Like, what? Even when he was with the Wizards and people like, I didn't want to see Jordan like that. People forget, man, he was an all-star of the Wizards. And it wasn't just, because it's Michael. No, he was putting up numbers. He wasn't putting up Jordan numbers, but he was putting up numbers as a Wizard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Jordan, I was saying that I think Jordan sees LeBron, and I don't want to use the word threaten, and it's hard for me to articulate exactly what I mean by it. But I think he looks at LeBron and like, man, that kid right there, maybe it's a youth thing. It might be a young thing, this little young punk thinking he's me and this and that. But a lot of people don't know what to do with LeBron. That's what it is.
It also could be that he gets tired of hearing people saying that he's like, I'm gonna be real with you, dog. Like for instance, you have a job, you have a career, you have something that you do. If somebody tried to say that someone was better than you, that you felt like wasn't better than you, at some point, doesn't it kind of scratch you a little? And not bother, not make you mad, but as a man, doesn't it kind of doesn't it scratch you? Doesn't it scratch you a little bit? Because I get it with radio, I get it with comedy. I'm not gonna lie. People say stuff about me all the time, dog, because I'm a very vocal person. I'm a very bright color commentary person. I talk. I'm passionate. I'll challenge anybody in anything at any time, especially when it comes to sports talk and comedy. So I'm gonna get a lot of, oh, your show ain't this, or oh, VJ thinks this, blah blah blah, this and that. But and that stuff never bothers me. It's more comical than anything. But whenever you try to say somebody's better than me, that I know is not better than me, after a while, it starts to scratch me a little bit as a man. And if you ask me about that person, then I'll be like, he's talented. I saw a few sets, but I don't think he's that funny. Or
what if that person wasn't better than you, but that person was, let's say, your equal, because perception is reality. What if people perceive that person to be your equal? You don't have to feel that way, but if people perceive them to be your equal, now you'll still be saying what you said. Whatever. But it doesn't matter that you're saying that, because people are still perceiving them to be your equal. Now what you're looking at, now you're looking bitter. Now you're looking like the bitter guy.
But see, that's perception. That's perception. People can say that's fine. That's perception, though. That's just total perception. People can look and go, well, you sound bitter, V. It's like, nah. And here's the thing. I've never been called that in my life, because I never breed that off. What it's more or less like is, no, I'm just competitive. And okay, fine. So this dude is better than me. Tell him let's do this. Like when guys come at me on Twitter, I have more people come at me on Twitter than Facebook, because people talk, for some reason, Twitter just seems like where people just run their mouth and just go running hot. Just last night on my Twitter feed, why is the NBA so bad? Like, who are you? I simply told this one guy, I said, tune in tomorrow on Spreaker.com, bro, and I'll break it down for you. I ain't tuning into your little nobody show. You a nobody. You a this. And it's just more or less like, bro, listen, if you're not willing to come battle me, then shut up. And that goes to anybody. That's why everyone in the chat room I got respect for, because at least one time, everybody has called the show, even that ninja. Me and that ninja go at it. But he was respectful enough to call my show, and I was respectful enough to call his show back, just to show respect. Like, bro, we may go at it, but the fact that you show some love like that, man, we could do this all day long. But when you're going to talk shit and then you go and run and hide, and you don't have the balls to get on national internet radio live so everybody can hear it. You just want to say your little piece online and then go away. Dude, like, if I sound bitter because there's a guy like that out there, to me, that's somebody else's perception, dog. That's not on me.
Right, but what I'm saying is if that's the perception of the majority, if that's the perception of people, what I'm saying is it's not going to change your feelings. And that's what I was saying to Michael Jordan. So he can say, whatever. He's not going to change how he feels about things, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's how everybody else sees it. Or that's not how it is. Now, I've never really compared LeBron and Jordan. Yeah, of course there's similarities because they both can dominate a game. And LeBron, of course, wore 23. Me, personally, that's kind of where it stops as far as the comparison with the players. Because LeBron and Magic is a better comparison for me. That's a better comparison. If you want to compare Michael and Kobe, yeah, you be matching straws all day with that.
Yeah, that's dead on. Let me give you a player for LeBron because we're gonna wrap up real soon. Let me give you a player to compare with LeBron. I'm gonna give you a few, and you just tell me who you take. All right, in their primes, LeBron or Larry Bird?
LeBron.
LeBron or Dr. J? I'm surprised. I'm surprised you even paused on that.
I want to go LeBron. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why LeBron again. I'll tell you why. But go ahead, give me your list, and I'm gonna tell you why.
LeBron, Oscar Robertson. LeBron, Oscar Robertson.
Oh, and I like Big O's numbers, man. Good gosh, he was Russell Westbrook before Russell Westbrook.
Exactly.
As far as the average. But I'm gonna go with LeBron again.
All right. I got two more. I got to. Oh, dog, come on, man. I wrote this list 3 years ago. I'm just happy. I just bring it up to people from time to time. These next two names, I want you to think real hard before you answer. Don't just blurt. Think.
Okay.
And their primes.
All right.
All right. And their primes. LeBron, Penny Hardaway.
In their prime? And man, you're cheating because my heart says Penny Hardaway. Now you're talking about a player who I would defend and I would be like a total fanboy for. And then he was a blue chip too, and he didn't run off to LA, but I didn't want to get on you about that. I was gonna let that ride.
Yeah, I know. No, Penny was my dude. Like, I'm with you on that. Penny was my dude.
Penny may be one of my favorite basketball players. Like, just to watch. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm talking about my favorite. Just, the tall point guard. I loved him at Memphis. I say that to say I might still have to go LeBron, and I'm all for the same reason. It's very, very minuscule, but all for the same reason. And by me picking them, I'm in no way saying that I think LeBron is better than them. Even though he may be better than a couple of people, you're asking who would I pick, and I'm just telling you who would I pick, and I have my reasons why I would pick him.
All right, I got to go. I got two more for you. This next one's gonna blow your head because I'm going the other player. Okay. I don't care what nobody. I'm going the other player because he was LeBron before LeBron. In his prime, LeBron James, Grant Hill.
Grant Hill was that dude, man. Injuries killed Grant Hill and Tracy McGrady.
Yep. Let me ask you this: put Grant Hill in this era without the chronic ankle. In this era, give me the 94, 95.
We talking about Grant Hill drink Sprite.
Exactly. I'm talking about VJ Wright rocking the Grant Hills, the school that I brought with my own part-time job money when I was in the 11th grade, and I was the only dude walking around with some damn felines on my feet when everybody was in the Reebok Classics, and the Duncans were hot, the Barclays were hot, like all those shoes were really hot back then. I show up to school one Monday after a weekend with the fresh white and blue Grant Hills on, and everybody in class was like, "Yo, you really went and got?" I said, "Grant Hill's my." What do you mean? I really went and got him? Yeah, I went and got him. That's my dude.
Well, to me, Grant Hill is, and maybe not necessarily of how they play, but we do have a Grant Hill in today's NBA. If you ask me personally.
Who?
He's playing San Antonio. He plays in San Antonio.
Oh, I like that comparison. You going Kawhi Leonard as a modern day Grant Hill, huh?
I mean, we're talking. See, I'm not talking about I'm talking about the impact that they have on their team and what they're able to do.
No, I like the comparison. I like the comparison. I'm not gonna beat with the comparison at all. I love it.
And this is why I was pick. This is why I had LeBron. I was picking LeBron James over the players you were naming.
You picked LeBron over everybody.
Right, and I'm telling you why. And I told you to read. It's only a couple of players who I wouldn't have picked LeBron over, and it's only because we're talking. I'm going off. The man is a freak of nature, and I know that it's a God-given thing. It's not anything he worked on or outworked any of the players you named, because all of the players you named could do something better than LeBron. I'm with you. I get that. I know where you were going with it. I'm just saying, for me personally, LeBron does everything well. He may not be great at everything, but he does everything well. Now, if you were to ask me LeBron or Kawhi Leonard, I want Kawhi Leonard. Why? Because he does everything well without the spoiledness. That's just me. Larry Bird, he was a great passer, underrated defender, and he could shoot the lights out. He wasn't athletic enough for me. Let me tell you the type of basketball players. If I was building a team and I could like the basketball players I would choose, like some of the guys I would draft that I think would slip through. I want the Lamar Odoms in his prime. I want the DeMar Johnsons in his prime, like, before he got in a car accident when he was in Denver doing this thing. I want those. Are you just saying the pattern on it? I like the LeBron James, the Kawhi Leonard, the Scottie Pippins. You saying the pattern on the type of players I like? I like the 6'9", 6'10" guys who don't, or 6'8" to 6'10" guys who can shoot it, but not necessarily are known to shoot it. They're not camping out behind the line, but you can't leave them open. They can do, basketball is a game of length. Just like if you can get a running back who ran a 4.1 40 or 4.2 40, and he was 6'2", 250, and you had a running back who had all the same intangibles he had, but he's 5'10", 120 or 180, which running back do you want? You want the bigger guy, right?
Nah. Actually, I don't. Huh? No, actually, I don't. Because the bigger guy takes more of a pounding. The bigger guy doesn't last. The only big running back that you would look at in the top 10 running backs of all time that you would take would be Eric Dickerson. If you look at the size of the guy, Walter Payton, little guy. Emmitt Smith, little guy. Barry Sanders, little guy. Jim Brown wasn't big. He was big for his era, but he wouldn't have been big in the 90s. Jerome Bettis was a big guy with weight, but Jerome Bettis was 5'9.5". He wasn't a big guy. He just had weight on him. Curtis Martin, 5'10". Curtis Martin, top 10 running back all time, 5'10". Look at Ezekiel Elliott. Even this year in the league, look at Ezekiel Elliott, 5'10", 5'11.5". I know, I'm not taking a big guy. They take too much of a pound.
So if you could add 15 more pounds of muscle to keep all the speed and everything, if you could add more muscle, basically more good things to him, more muscle, more size, you don't want him? I mean, maybe because it's football. Like, football is a big man game. Yes, we have the little guys in there who are slow. We know that. We get it. But I'm just saying, as far as, like, basketball, I like tall, athletic players. Like, I mean, that's just me. I like those. When I coach to my team, those are the type of kids I like. I need a true point guard, and I need me a true big man. Not a big man who wants to be Dirk Nowitzki or want to work on a three-pointer, no. Back to the basket, get your mid-range jumper together. I want me a big man, and I'm gonna feel. I got my point guard, I got my center. Now I'm filling the rest of my team betweeners, interchangeables, matchup problems as I call them. Where we can pick and roll you all day. You can try and pick and roll us because all across my front line I got 6'8", 6'9", and that's the problem in basketball. I don't care how talented the 6'4", the 6'5", the 6'6" are, and they could be better than the taller players. But just because how basketball is played and the rules of basketball, the bigger guys just have an innate advantage.
Hey, hold on one quick second, man. You there, Dredd?
I'm here.
All right, hold on one second. Let me join y'all in real quick, man. I'll put both of y'all in on this one. Hey, yo, Big Will, I know you there, man. My man Dredd from the X Squad, I know you be seeing him in the chat room. He's calling in right now because he's blowing up in the chat room. He want to get in on this LeBron talk. I just want to say this real quick, guys, and just hear me out. Matter of fact, let me just make sure I got both of y'all. Dredd, you there?
I'm here.
Will, you there?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let me just say this real quick before I let y'all two go at it. Guys, if you go back and watch what Grant Hill used to do. Somebody in the chat room just now said, yeah, but he wasn't physically unstoppable. LeBron ain't physically unstoppable because he don't use his physicality all the time. He flops. So he's not. Stop saying he's physically unstoppable. No, that's not true. Adrian Peterson is physically unstoppable. Shaq was physically unstoppable because they used it all the time. That's not what we got. That's not what we get. That's not what we get out of LeBron. That's not what we get out of LeBron. Grant Hill, guys, from 93 to 95, 96, guys, Grant Hill's the second or third best player in the league. Easily. And this is an era where Jordan was really running things. Nobody could do anything with Grant Hill. You couldn't let him take the jumper. He banged that. You can't play him to the left. You couldn't play him to the... Then Grant would lock down your other guy or your team. He would lock your other guy down night after night after night. There were no off from 1 to 3. There were no off nights for Grant Hill. Don't go. I implore you people, when you get a chance, don't go watch highlights. Go watch old Grant Hill games. Don't go watch highlight. Grant Hill yammed on everybody he wanted to. Yeah. Grant Hill crossed over everybody he wanted to. Grant Hill came into the NBA as a polished basketball player and just got better and better and better. When everybody thought that Isaiah left and Joe Dumars has credited Grant for adding 3 or 4 years to his career. He said, I should have been out of the league, but we got Grant and that just turned come on, guys. Grant made guys like Terry Mills look good. Fat ass Terry Mills shooting threes and stuff,
and
guys.
Made people like Boobie Gibson look good. People like Matthew Dellavedova look good.
He ain't make Dellavedova look good. Dellavedova's a dirty player.
Yeah,
he made him look good. I don't want to say good. New contract in Milwaukee.
Can we, because the word good is going to start some conversation. How about we use the word relevant? He made Dellavedova relevant, a household name. Nobody was talking about Dellavedova. But,
nobody was talking about Dellavedova's thing. He started crashing into people's legs that had nothing to do with LeBron James.
Wow, finally something in the NBA happened that LeBron didn't cause.
I can evolve. I can grow.
Good job. I'm proud of you, bro. But and the thing about LeBron James not being physically unstoppable, he is physically unstoppable. Yeah. He's mentally stoppable. If LeBron had the mental makeup of, maybe if he had that Kobe mental makeup, LeBron would go down and give the ball, and he's a freight train. He's too athletic. He's too big. He's too strong. So physically, and too fast. So physically, like if we're talking about just straight up and down physically, he's unstoppable. Now mentally, and I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, my bad. I pretty much agree with what you're saying, and I'm kind of tacking on to it. When you look at one thing, I think LeBron can score with Grant Hill. He developed a jump shot enough to say maybe Grant Hill, takes the tag, whatever. LeBron could lock down. We've seen him lock down 5 positions. We've seen him lock down the MVP.
Stop lying. I'm tired of hearing that. He plays 5 positions. If he plays 5 positions, then why the hell did he get on DeMarcus Cousins' ass last night when he was dropping 28 in Cleveland last night? I'm tired of hearing that shit. Stop hearing that.
I said he's played 5 positions. I don't say he still plays 5 positions, but we've seen him guard big men before. Don't act like we haven't.
But he hasn't played 5 positions. He's never, played center. If a team goes small, because that's what the NBA is right now, I'm not giving a guy 6'9" credit saying, he's played for no. Magic Johnson started at center. That's a difference, man. Stop giving that to LeBron.
Okay. Magic Johnson, if a team goes small and you're guarding the dude who just so happens to be playing the 5 position, guess what? You're guarding the 5. It doesn't matter how you want to look at it. If a team in football wants to play with undersized offensive linemen and zone block, guess what? You're still out there playing defense against those same guys who on the other side. So you can't blame it on what the other team decides to do. But like I said, we've seen LeBron shut down Derrick Rose in Derrick Rose's prime before the injury. You know what I'm saying? We've seen him lock down point guards, shooting guards, small forwards. And if you ask me, the only person who I've ever seen remotely who can say that they've, shut down LeBron or got the best of LeBron in a head-to-head matchup, honestly, is Kawhi Leonard. That's the only person I've seen. And when it comes to LeBron, between him and Grant Hill, I think LeBron has way better court. His court vision is uncanny. The only people who I think you might be able to say maybe Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson. But
he has better court vision than Grant. I'll give you. He has better court vision than Grant. I'll give you that. But Grant was an equal. But Grant was an equal passer. Grant was an equal rebounder. Grant was definitely an equal driver to the basket. And Grant was a better jump shooter.
LeBron's biggest knock is one of his biggest strengths, man, his size. If LeBron had all his same numbers and did everything he's doing in the league and he was 6'4", man, it would, or 6'5", everybody would be singing LeBron praises, as most people are now. But it's the fact that he's a 6'8" freak force of nature, and everybody has in their mind what he should do. If I was his size, if I was LeBron, I would be playing like this, I would be playing like that. We aren't LeBron. And LeBron is a 4-time league MVP. He's an NBA champion. The dude, and I know we say we're not going to talk about the off-the-court stuff, but just the things that he's doing, it's like, man, that's why I get frustrated at. Like, what more do you want from a human being? Like, listen, what more do you... Listen.
What more do you want from a human being?
Because I say no. Listen. I say that. No, I say that to say this. No, VJ, I say that to say this because any knock that people have on LeBron as far as his basketball game, if he was to fix it, he has like 2 or 3 flaws that people would say, like what people would say his jump shooting a little bit, streaky, erratic, but you worked on. If LeBron was a lights out shooter, he would be the perfect player.
But he's not. He's not.
Right, exactly. So why do we bang on somebody for not being perfect? He's great.
Because that's what we've been doing. Okay? That's what we've been doing. And guess what? Jordan, who is called the greatest, was I hate to admit it, but the man was almost damn near perfect.
Right, exactly. And that was a great thing to see. But we can't expect perfection.
I do.
It's great if you get it.
I do. Kobe was there. Where was Kobe's weakness? Kobe was damn near perfect. Kobe can shoot. Kobe can pass. Kobe can lock down.
Right.
All defensive player, first team, 10 years in a row.
That. You have to enjoy that when you see it. Be thankful for that when you see it. Thank the basketball gods for blessing us with these type of players. But to expect a player to be that, to just want, or not want, but to bang on a player for not being that?
That's right.
That's kind of crazy.
That's right. Banging on him like Barkley in the 80s, dog. Banging on him like Barkley in the 80s.
But that's cool, though. Like I said, it's cool for some people. That's just my train of thought. I don't knock nobody else for that. But I'm looking at like, all right, the dude ain't perfect. Big deal. But I tell you what, now that Kobe's gone, outside of Kawhi Leonard, he's like one of the closest things we got right now. As far as just being the perfect basketball
and
player.
Also, real quick, sidebar, to Dredd, real quick, talk about nobody really can match LeBron. Early in his career, Carmelo Anthony used to always get the better LeBron until the referees started taking over.
Well, Carmelo Anthony and Kevin Durant might be the 2 best scorers that we've ever seen play basketball.
And we talk about scoring. I'm talking about somebody who wasn't just letting LeBron do whatever he wanted to do over the course of a series. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard and Kawhi was young. Over the course of a series, what Kawhi Leonard did to LeBron James kind of looked to me like what Dennis Rodman did to Karl Malone.
Also, really quick, sidebar, guys. Happy birthday to legend Tar Heel. Vince Carter turns 40 today, guys. 40.
And it's still in the league.
And it's better, and he's better than half of the 25-year-olds in the league. That's a bad NBA, guys. Mic drop.
No, that's not a bad NBA. What Michael Jordan got better every year, right? Like you said, we talked about him coming. Vince Carter got better. What do those two have in common? It got just like that. That's part of why the NBA isn't bad. Remember when I first said the NBA is getting bad because these kids are just coming out and they're not being developed properly. So we're throwing unready people because it's a money grab for everybody at the lower level. Yeah. So the NBA is suffering because of that. Dale, that goes back to my point. I'm glad you made it for me. Vince Carter, yeah. Vince Carter stayed a few years and got that good coaching.
Yep.
Got that good coaching.
Yep. He stayed three in Chapel. He came out after his third. Him and Antoine came out after their 3 years.
Thank you. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a prime example. It's the culture. It's not so much the players because of the culture of it. If you're coming up in a culture and you're a product of the culture that you're being surrounded in, it is what it is. I'm not making excuses for them, but I'm saying I just saw it. I seen it coming. I didn't know it would be this bad, but when I started looking at even March Madness now, if you look at the March Madness tournaments, and all these Cinderellas that's making it, you're not Cinderellas for real. You're a bunch of 21, 22-year-olds playing against a bunch of 18 and 19-year-olds.
Yeah, it's true. Some of these teams, like when Mercer beat Duke, they had like 9 seniors on the team. You know, and Jabari Parker was a freshman, and I remember going on radio and saying, "Hey, man, they won that game because them seniors, they ain't scared of no 18-year-old phenom. They've been in college. These are grown men." So you are right. You are right about that. Great point, Will.
I mean, but but that's why, and I hope it came full circle because that's the point I was making earlier about why the NBA is the way it is. Like, that's my short answer to it. I mean, my bad, Dred. You know, I've been going the whole show, man. I'm gonna let you go.
Dred, I got a question. I got a question for you, Dred. I got a question for you, dog. Beating it and just no bias. Be real, dog. Is LeBron feeling the pressure with, like, you know, the temper tantrum the other night with the press? They need a playmaker. They need this. They need that. Is he feeling the pressure? Is he looking? Is he watching what's going on in Golden State and getting a little worried that now I can't beat that team? We can't beat that team. Like, we beat a no Draymond for a game. No Bogut gets hurt. You know, Iguodala was hurt. But if I gotta play that team, we could lose in 5. Do you think any part of that is playing in the LeBron psyche right now?
Take me, teacher. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dre. I'll answer that.
I think that's playing a major part in LeBron's psyche. As a matter of fact, I think it's to the point where it's dominating LeBron's psyche. You know what I'm saying? LeBron is looking at it like that's why, I'm pretty sure LeBron was behind there trying to see if the Cavs was getting mellow. Now, all of a sudden, the headlines read, LeBron's not happy with ownership. Could it be because they didn't want to trade Melo for Kevin Love?
Yeah. The report was that the Knicks wanted Kevin Love.
Mm-hmm. And Cleveland was like, hell no. So, yeah, LeBron is definitely feeling that pressure of Golden State because I think, if you really ask me, I really, really, really think LeBron, maybe for the first time, regretting his decision to go to Miami. I really do think so because when you see the team that's put together with Golden State and you also consider the fact that the collective bargaining agreement, the salary cap is about to go up again, Golden State's really going to be able to pay those 4 guys. They'll be able to play Draymond, Steph, and KD and still be able to have enough veterans like David West, Jaja Pachulia, guys like that who are going to come around and sign for a couple million to try to take the ring. So I think LeBron is finally seeing that somebody outdid what he did, and it's messing with him. You know, LeBron is. I give LeBron a lot of props. I think he's a great player, but at times I think he's very mentally fragile. You know what I'm saying? And he likes the spotlight, and he didn't like the spotlight being shifted from him last season, and he actually did something about it, which he took over the finals and told Steph, hell no, not yet. But this year, KD's like, nah, you ain't got to worry about Steph. You got to worry about me. You know what I'm saying? And it bothers him. LeBron was the same person that said, Kevin Durant will never win a ring until I retire. Remember that.
Exactly. Exactly. And real quick, Will, for you jump in, another thing too, with Kevin Durant, the last thing I thought that the NBA really needed to see and wanted to happen was the fact that everybody dogged him and jumped on him for leaving. We start to see the little remnants of Kevin Durant becoming a different player with the media, with the refs over the last 2 seasons. And when he went to Golden State and all that hate followed, I think that was a bad thing for the rest of the league, man, because And Steph is humble enough to take the back seat. Clay's humble enough to take the back seat. Even Draymond, I told people, didn't I? And Will, remember that? I said Draymond will average almost 8 damn assists right now. Go look at how many assists Draymond's averaging right now. He don't want to score. He want to get in your head. He want to throw some shoulders. He want to throw some hard screens on you, on the main guy. He don't care. Everybody, how's this going to work? How's the ball going to go around? There's not enough ball. You guys remember all that talk? All three of them cats are averaging over 20 points a night. Even Clay. Clay said, I'm not taking a backseat. Everybody said, oh, look, there's the extension already. No, what he's telling y'all is, I don't have to take this backseat y'all are making up. I'm still going to get a dub a night. And I think, and Steph is the guy that's like, hey, bro, go ahead. You can have the front. I'm not that kind of guy anyway. I like to stay in the back. I got my wife. I got my kid. I always thought that Steph really didn't even like a lot of all that attention that he was getting because it's just not him. And Durant's able to take that away. And people go, oh, see, it's not Steph's team. I'm sure Steph is laughing going, it doesn't have to be my team, dog. I'm not that guy. It could be Durant's team because he's the one without the ring. So I'm just going to stand next to him and just ride with him and let him be the angry guy. I thought all this hate and what you just said, Dredd, I don't think the NBA wanted to see this, man, because they're on a real mission. And now you can't punk Steph. You can't knock Steph around. You can't, stand over Steph and talk trash or walk up when he's trying to talk to the referee and try to act like a bully like LeBron did in the finals because Durant's going to now step in. See, they have that factor. Draymond couldn't do it because he was already another technical away from being suspended again.
No. Correction. Durant's not going to be the one to step in. It's going to be David West.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a Cincinnati boy. That's a Cincinnati boy. I don't know if people know how tough some of these Cincinnati kids are that come to the league. Nick Van Axel's another guy. Yeah, Nick Van Axel, Eastside Cincinnati, man. Nick Van Axel's another one. I think people forget how much of a non-chump and no punk that Nick Van Axel was. That was another Cincinnati kid. Kenyon Martin also, too, Cincinnati kid.
Mm-hmm. Before we get too far, because I wanted to hop back on one, I like to pat myself on the back, DJ, because I don't remember if you remember. When we were talking about this when Kevin Durant before he left and the team that he possibly went to, and I said, well, if he goes to Golden State, I don't see that being a problem because Steph isn't the type of player I think that's going to need that.
You did. Yep.
So quick little pat for that one.
Yep, you did.
Well, but back to your point, Dredd. Mentally fragile. I'll challenge you and ask you, is he mentally fragile or is he just a spoiled brat? And I ask that because it's hard to, I don't see a mentally fragile person.
That's the thing. Spoiled brats are mentally fragile because they're not used to hearing the word no. They're not used to not getting things their way. And when they don't get things their way, they don't know how to react. So they react. But
how can you be mentally fragile when, I'm just saying, I'm just asking, how are you mentally fragile when you'd say, all right, I'm going to go back to the team that I left, they burning my jerseys, they're doing all of this, and I'm going to go back and get, it takes because
he knew he could. Because he knew he could.
Man in the face, isn't
he knew he could. I talked about this the other day on the show. He knew he could. He knew that city, man. Come on, dog. They're so desperate for a winner. They'll take anybody back, bruh. He knew he could.
What did he do? What did he do? Delivered the championship to that city. I'm sorry. You can't.
Let me answer your question.
What?
Mentally fragile is the part of LeBron that goes out and says publicly, we need more help when you're playing alongside two All-Stars and you're the returning champion. When you go out and make a trade, a trade for one of the best three-point shooters in NBA history in Kyle Korver, and just because things aren't necessarily pushing right now, you going out publicly and acting like y'all need to get more people still.
A playmaker. He used the word playmaker, which really made me just laugh at him. And I tweeted he was a clown. I was like, yo, man, I don't call LeBron names, but that's just a clown move. You need a playmaker now?
Here's the thing. We've seen this movie before. When he went to Miami didn't jump on flying. They struggled early on.
They started 9-11 that year.
We see. Hold on.
he was
No. But listen, right? I get it, and this is why I go back to when I said LeBron is very calculated. I think that was a calculated move because he's been through that before. He knows. So okay, let me light this fire. I've seen this movie. I've lived this movie. I've starred in this movie before. Let me try it this way. I'm not going there. Let me get this fire because, and I think it started, and I think that the whole rant that started when he saw, when, like you said, yeah, he's nervous. He's very, very, very nervous. Yeah, he's very nervous against Golden State right now because KD ain't playing with him. You think KD don't hear all those people talking about he shouldn't work out with LeBron in the summer? LeBron's in his head. He always shies away in sprinting competition with LeBron. You think he don't hear that?
I said
Come on, man.
I said it.
Be pleasant.
I said it time and time again. I said that was the dumbest thing that Durant did was befriending him in the offseason.
And I agree. Like, I agree. But what I'm saying is, you thinking that this dude from C. Pleasant, Maryland don't hear that? You think his homies ain't telling him? Oh, yeah? I'm going to tell you how we carry that. Like, oh, for real? All right. Okay. And I've got this new situation with me? Ain't this dude talking crazy? Oh, all right. And LeBron, again, being the smart, meticulous guy he is, you should be afraid. Be very afraid. And he knows this. The only way he knows that his team ain't gonna go out there and grab like no. He's like, yo, guys, y'all see what happened to us? We need to get this right.
But why is you coming out publicly and saying y'all need more help?
Throwing the front office under the bus like that.
Well, hell, I don't think him and Dan Gilbert is. Anytime you can.
Of course. I agree. Of course.
It's about Griffin, and the Cavs are already paying luxury tax because they're over the salary cap.
$54 million in luxury tax. Just to give you an exact number, $54 million already in luxury tax, guys.
Exactly. So what does he expect? What does he expect? He's the one. The thing is this: he's the one that got this team together. LeBron was the one that basically made the trade to get Wiggins out of there and get Kevin Love in there.
Yep.
LeBron's the one like that. LeBron's the one who fought for Tristan Thompson to get his contract. But, he wouldn't sign his until Tristan got his. LeBron's the one who got JR and Lamont Shumpert over there. LeBron's the one who
Channing Frye. Don't forget about he wanted Channing Frye. Yep.
So now to come around and say you need more help still, I just don't think
I think guys are taking it out of when he said I need more help. I didn't look at it as him saying go out and get me more help. I looked at it as almost like when you're pissed off in the locker room, you're like, yo, man, we need some playmakers and we need somebody to step up. I'm not saying we need to go out and go grab somebody. I'm saying we, as in somebody in this somebody who's wearing the same jersey as me, somebody needs to step up. We need a playmaker. We need another playmaker. Me and Kyrie ain't gonna do this by ourselves. We got a target.
Would you ever have heard Jordan or Kobe in their prime after a championship season in the midst of a few rough games tell the press we need a playmaker?
Will we ever see LeBron James punch a teammate in his jaw? We gotta stop doing
We didn't see Jordan did that. He did that in practice. That don't count. We just heard about it.
But Horace Grant stamped it. Horace Grant stamped. Yeah, he beat up Will Purdue.
I'd have beat up Will Purdue. Do you remember Will Purdue? I would have beat up Will Purdue.
Yeah,
shit.
Will Purdue.
I'd have slapped Will Purdue in practice.
I bet he didn't play with Luke Longley like that. He was Australian. That boy, the kangaroo kick.
Yeah, he liked Luke. Like Jordan's been on record as saying he actually liked Luke on the wall. Luke liked to gamble, so that falls right in line with Jordan like to do. That falls right in line with Jordan. What Jordan likes to do.
I think that was a real arrogant move by LeBron. I don't know how many players say that stuff in the middle of the season to the press and just come out and be like, we need more help. Like, I just don't. I mean, you don't even come out to the press and say that about the guys in your locker room. You say that in the locker room to your guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand. Maybe it's a different era. I don't know that I'm not used to. You come out and say things to the press to find your teammates. I don't know. But all I know is I don't really think that was something that
I don't think it was something somebody should did. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with the move. I don't like the move. The question was posed to me what I think about it, and what I said all along was LeBron is meticulous. I think LeBron has a reason for doing it. I never said good job, LeBron, or anything. All I said was I believe that man did it for a reason. He has a plan, and it wasn't as most people are looking at it as throw down tantrum, cry for help. I didn't look at it like that. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I think he has a plan to do it. I never said I agreed with it. I never said I would do it. You know, and I just want to make that clear. Like I'm not on his side of doing it, but I am on the side of that man doesn't make very many mistakes when it comes to strategic moves for his brand.
And calculated or not, it was weak. It was weak. Just like he came out one day and started complaining about the referees. Oh, now they losing games. Oh, now let me come out and start complaining about the refs. And you get more calls than probably anybody else in the league.
Okay. It could be weak. It could be weak. And we both can agree that it's weak. But let me ask you this. Because the season is still early. If they go out there and they win another championship, can we possibly, with essentially the same roster, without making no big splash of a move, can we essentially say that it worked? If some of the guys,
I want to jump in on that answer. You have every right to debate that. You do. If it worked, if they win, that happens in sports. If you win, you can say, haha, LeBron was setting this up all along. Y'all are dumb. LeBron's smart there. But if it doesn't, we know it's not going to be, well, maybe LeBron killed the chemistry. It'll be, he needs more help. It's never that he kills the chemistry. It's never when they lost to Dallas and Miami. Nobody likes to bring up the fact that he just totally faltered down the stretch in Game 5 and Game 6. It was, oh, Wade didn't do this and also too, just so people know, the last few years, Wade was supposed to be done.
Four quarters in a row. It was actually four quarters in a row.
Four quarters in a row. And if you look at
they were up 2-0.
It's always just everybody else's fault with his. And just to add on to what Dredd is saying about it being a weak move, my thing is this. Why in sports, we want everything to be kept in the locker room? We don't think Antonio Brown should have done the live Facebook thing. We don't think players should speak about what goes on in the locker room. He's the one guy that's allowed to bring the locker room talk to the press and people defend him with, what he's saying what the team needs. The team needs, but not after a loss, dog, where you disappeared in the fourth quarter, you disappeared in overtime, and Kyrie had 42. How you think Kyrie feels? And like I said, backhand compliment. Well, I want us to rest at the same time. And just like Dredd said, you put this team together. This is LeBron's karma. Stop trying to be GM, homeboy, and just be damn player, and you'll be fine. But you trying to stroke your power.
He got more championships. He got more championships than the GMs in the league.
You trying to stroke your power, like Dredd said. It's an arrogant ass move. You're trying to show that you're powerful. We know you're powerful, LeBron. We're trying to show you the man. We know you. He's the only NBA player who is going to the press and telling the press what the front office needs to do. He's the only guy doing it. He's the only guy, and he's not the only team, and it's not the only team that needs more help. I don't see nobody in Atlanta doing it. I don't see anybody in Boston doing it. Boston can use a little more help. Portland, Carmelo's not even doing it. I don't see anybody in Portland doing it. We all know Portland can use some help more than McCullough and more than Damian Lillard. I don't see Damian Lillard going to the press, and Damian Lillard is the man in that franchise. But I don't see Lillard going to the press and saying, wow, I really can use a big man. We can really use a big man that can stretch the floor. We can really use this. I don't hear James Harden. James Harden's not coming out and saying, listen, guys, this is a lot on me. This is going to wear me down. But no, we hear LeBron, I'm playing 35, 36, 37 minutes. I never, ever heard other great legendary players bitch and piss about their minutes in the prime of their careers. He's the only guy that does it. And he gets a pass for it.
I'm not giving him a pass. I'm not giving him a pass. But I mean, like I said, it's calculated. Yeah, he's the only one that we know about who's doing it. But guess what, VJ? Who you got going to the finals this year?
The Pistons.
The Pistons? All right, I'm not talking to you about basketball no more. Hey, Dre, who you got going to the finals this year, man?
Golden State and Cleveland.
The Pistons.
Okay, so why would we care if Matthew Lillard talking about? Damian Lillard talking about something? I want more help. And you ain't about. I'm sorry. So you're not about to win the championship anyway. And so that's why we're making a big deal out of it. And that's why.
But see, that's the whole point. Let's say a team like Toronto. I don't hear, you don't hear DeMar DeRozan or Kyle Lowry coming out there saying they need more help. But technically, because they know they're not. But with one more player, they might be there. Then they.
That's true. That's true. If they were to get
you don't come out and saying, "Oh, we need help." You don't hear them.
Dred. That's a great. Hold on, Will. That's a great point, Dred. Because I'm gonna give you a name right now, and it's a name everybody's talking about being traded. Let's say Toronto was to come out, like you said. Let's say Lowry's to come out and say, "You know what, man? Like we not gonna get over the hump. We're not gonna win a championship or get past Cleveland if we don't get a serviceable, like really good big man." So if they were to get a player like DeMarcus Cousins, who I don't like, who I've called the cancer before, if they were to get a player like him, I would pick Toronto over Cleveland because he would cancel out the Kevin Love factor. And now it's down to two guys. It's Kyrie and Love. It's Kyrie and LeBron, and it's DeMar DeRozan and DeMar DeRozan and Lowry. And now it's a series. But I agree with him. We don't see Toronto, and Toronto has every reason to come out and say we could use another playmaker. I just don't, dog. It's the Eastern Conference. I just don't feel him saying, like, who are you then? If they need a playmaker, then who the hell are you? You're not the playmaker.
None of us on this line agree with the comment. That's what I'm saying. None of us agree with it. All I'm saying is that he had his reason, right or wrong, weak or strong, whatever. He had his reason, and I don't think it was an emotional cry. Now, I could be wrong. I'm the first to admit I could be wrong. He could have been really just frustrated after the game, and after he said that, he could have went home and been like, man, I'm really low. Dang it, why did I say that? He could have very well did that.
Do you think he did it, though? Hold on. Do you think he said that to himself?
I don't. For me not being able to see it.
Say it again, Dred. Say it again, Dred. Hell no.
I was trying to say a nice way to say that, but thank you for showing me the answer. Hell no, I don't think you said that.
Hell no, he ain't go home and admit that.
Hey, look, hell no, he ain't say that. But we don't know. He could have. But okay, so even if he didn't say it, that goes back to my point. He did it for a reason. And all I'm saying is I didn't. It's a lot of moves I didn't like that LeBron made. I wasn't a huge fan, even though I did enjoy watching them play in their prime because they brought that running gun style back to fast break basketball. I enjoyed watching that Miami team play when they were flowing.
I did too.
I'm not going to lie.
I ain't going to front. I did too. I'm not going to lie, bro. I ain't even going to lie. I can't have that. I really did enjoy watching them. I really did.
So, but... so I seen his moves. I didn't agree with it, but then when I seen it come to fruition. Okay, the young man knew what he was doing. You know what? I'll do even one better. He did right by me personally from day one, or he made me a believer day one. When his agent was his man from high school, Maverick Carter.
Of course.
I was like,
Not Maverick Carter. No, not Maverick Carter. Maverick Carter's way older.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Maverick Carter's way older. Maverick Carter, I know you talk about, but Maverick Carter used to be, dog, even the little dude that said in the Allstate commercial, let me get a pacifier for baby Brown Bomb. That guy, that's his homeboy from high school. Even that guy, that's the guy, real quick sidebar too, that's the guy that Braylon Edwards punched out at the nightclub that one night that got Braylon Edwards sent out of Cleveland. Remember the story came out? Braylon had got into it with one of LeBron's guys at a nightclub, and LeBron came outside and tried to intervene. Yeah, it was that little. That made, and he's a Michigan guy. That made me lose respect because Braylon was 6'4" and a half. That dude was probably 5'9", 5'8" at the tallest, man. Well,
what happened was they let Braylon Wade fool him. That's what it was. They seen Braylon Wade, thought he was a little pretty boy. He didn't know.
Yeah.
He said, man, I just got good head, but I hit hard as a motherfucker.
Yeah, Braylon couldn't get. The story goes, Braylon couldn't get to the club. LeBron and them had the club on lock that night, and Braylon was like, "Yo, go get LeBron." Tell them like, I play for the Cleveland Browns. Go get LeBron. And little dude came out there and was like, "Nah, man, you can't come in." And of course, Braylon go off. Some words exchange, and he knocked money out right there at the door of the club. And LeBron,
he deserves to be knocked out, but like, I don't want to hang out with a Brown either.
Yeah,
and I'm not even a pro athlete.
That's good. I don't want to hang out with a Brown either. Hey, listen.
Dead ass though.
We got to cut.
I would say, but
go ahead. One last. No. Go ahead, make your last point, and then I got to cut this off.
Real quick, what I was saying. Well, I was saying that he did me right by the day one because I thought that having one of your homeboys was going to be a bad move. I said that's always a bad move. Maybe because I had flying balls around me that I wouldn't trust with my career, but it turned out to be a good move. So that from day one showed me, okay, this kid got a plan. This kid knows what he's doing, and that's why I say the moves he's made. Yeah, I give him the benefit of the doubt because he's done nothing but prove he knows what he's doing on the back end.
Well, all he really did, well, I can't say I'm giving him credit for it, but he basically did the same thing Ludacris did. You know, Ludacris, like he said in that song he finally did with T.I., he put one of his homeboys through culinary art school, and then now his homeboy is a personal chef. You know, and what LeBron did, yeah, basically you pay for your friend to go get the education, learn what he needs to know, and then you put him in position. Yeah, that was a big. That's all that stuff is big. That ain't got nothing to do with what we talk about.
Speaking of looking out for your homies, yeah, it does. And speaking out for your homies too, there's a story I've heard before too about Carmelo. Had a close friend from B-More, kept getting in trouble. And one night he goes to bail him out. He said he walked him to the corner of the street that the jail was on. He handed him a bag with $50,000 cash in it. He shook his hand and said, "Have a good life," and walked away from him. So
yeah.
You can have your boys around you, man, but it becomes a time, man, where you got. It's like myself. I was talking to my younger brother this morning for 2 hours. That's why the show came on live late. We recorded earlier, but I didn't start doing the live thing. I was talking to my brother, and to watch him mature in his music industry and tell me I don't mess with them no more, bro. I don't hang with them no more. I don't hang with this dude. I don't hang with that dude. And I'm like, exactly, because it becomes a time, man. Your real friends, they don't want to see you fall. Your real friends don't hate on you. Your real friends don't just drink up everything and party and have sex with all the side shit. They want to do something like, yo, let me be security, or like, yo, I'll go grab the grub, or yo, I'll go make the jewelry store run. I'll go pick up all the chains for like, do your part, man. You can ride with me. Hey. We boys. Yeah. But you got to do something like, yo, my mom needs some stuff. I got some studs waiting for my daughter and my fiance at the jewelry store. Go grab the, matter of fact, while you there, grab yourself some studs, but go get the studs for me, dog. Although, yo, have my pregame meal at the arena for me, dog. When you come, bring my pasta and chicken. Make sure they got the garlic bread. Make sure. That's not trying to treat you like no gump. That's just saying, bruh, if you riding with me, I can't do all this alone. So this is your pay, B. This is your work.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Play your part, play your role.
Like, you know money. We need. Yeah, like, you know money. You got a degree. You went to school for something. Like, all right, bet. All right, well, I ain't gonna go hire no Jewish accountant. I'm entrusting you. I'm gonna have my wife back checking you, and I'm gonna have my wife and my mama back checking you. But dog, you could be the accountant for VJ Entertainment Sports Talk. That's cool, because I don't want you to have to go work for the white man and have to put up with that mess. Come count my money for me. Come help me make sure. Come help me do some big business decisions and shit. You get caught, the funds get caught short once, you gone, dog. So I'm your friend. You ain't supposed to do that to me anyway. I'm giving you opportunity. Like, I don't want to come bail you out. Yeah, if I got to bail you out, dog, let's just say because we was slapping the asses on the strippers at my bachelor party too hard and they kicked us out the club and we got routed, we got arrested. Fine. But I don't want to have to come bail you out, B, because you got an attempted murder charge, or you was with some other homies that I told you to stop hanging with because they still selling coke and crack. And now I got to hand you $50,000 at the street corner and shake your hand and go, all right, dog, have a good life. Like 25, 30 years just gone. Have a good life. Gotta roll, fellas. Tell everybody where they can meet you. Dredd, go first.
You can catch me Spreaker.com, J Fish the Microwave, X Squad affiliates. You can find me at XSquadAffiliates.com. Catch me on Facebook, John Fisher, JONFISHER, and Instagram, Microwave 1981.
Dredd, I'll get at you. I'm sorry, Will. Dredd, I'll get at you offline, dog. We still got to talk. Matt Ice. Don't think I forgot about Matt Ryan. Don't think I forgot about that. We still got beef. You and I got football beef. If I do a show tomorrow, I'll have you on majority of the show. We'll cover all that. Tell them where they can find you, Big Wills.
You catch me on Facebook, William Green, simple as that. On Twitter, at Big Will 042. Holla at me.
Appreciate the love, fellas. Enjoy y'all weekend. Dredd, I might holler at you tomorrow. Ain't no football on this weekend, so I might be going to brunch with the fiance on Sunday and just enjoying myself, man. Probably cleaning up, getting rid of some clothes. About to start my spring cleaning. The spring starts in February in LA, so maybe get some spring cleaning done this weekend. No football to watch. I'll engulf myself in college basketball for the next 4 days. That's how. And definitely watching Serena, guys. Listeners out there, listen, man. Let's support this. I don't care if you got to DVR it. Stay off the internet so it doesn't ruin it for you or anything you got to do. But watch this Aussie final, man. Serena and Venus Williams. Let's uplift our queens and sisters, man. I appreciate the love, man. God bless the both of y'all, man. I'll holler at y'all, fellas.
All right, peace, bro.
Peace.
Peace.
Good stuff. Good stuff, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat room today. I appreciate the love. I gotta go, guys. Went a little long, got started late. Hollered at my little brother today, man. So I had the family come first. I ain't hollered at him in a while. Him and I had to talk some brotherly things out, man. So with that being said, VJs on Sportsmanlike Conduct. I might see y'all tomorrow. If not, everybody have a great weekend. Catch me next week or tomorrow, Spreaker.com. Also, podcasted on iHeartRadio. To all my WWE fans, enjoy the Royal Rumble this weekend. It's one of the pay-per-views I never miss. There's always surprises. Always somebody comes back. Always a premier wrestler that maybe be coming up through the indies that they've been working on that you know from the internet. But I'm going to sit back and enjoy the Royal Rumble on Sunday. Get to some college basketball. Tar Heels take on Virginia Tech. That's a dub. After the Monday rankings come out, I know my Tar Heels going to move back up. Guys, if you want to watch good basketball right now, people, engulf yourself in college basketball. The NBA is just bad right now, guys. I'm sorry. I don't care what you guys say. I'm standing on that rock strong, and I'm not moving off of it until it changes. With that being said, I might see y'all tomorrow, man. Same bad time, same bad channel. God bless.